Welcome back, everybody. It's been a long time coming, but we're back now with Dr. Chow and I. Here we are with Joshua Postel for our latest interview. Josh, say hi to the people for us.
What's up, everyone? What's up?
And I just want to say right off the bat, sir, it's an honor to have you on. Tom Myers recommended you heavily. I was like, okay, we'll go with Josh. And I mean, so far, just by
Tom recommended me. Flattering and dubious at the same time. It's
we're big Tom guys. He did our show a long time ago, and we kind of have an alliance with him as of late. In this game of the Dab Street. So, long story short, we're pro Tom here. So,
very much pro Tom.
Thing. That's a good thing. Yeah. I'm pro Tom too. Look, I wouldn't be doing stuff with him. I wouldn't have hung out with him in New York. And I wouldn't have, if I wasn't pro Tom. He's great. He is hilarious.
And I kind of, before we dive into you first, sir, I kind of want to dive into your relationship with Tom Myers. So how did you guys first meet, and what was that interaction like? How did you?
It was due to the pandemic. Everyone was sort of stuck at home. You couldn't do anything.
Right.
So when a friend of mine messaged me about all these online Zoom mics, that's how we met.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
We've been friends ever since, and I send him all kinds of sick shit. He sends me all kinds of sick shit. It's fun.
Right, and you go on a show a pretty good amount, right? I've seen you on a show a few times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He does it. He has a lot of passion behind what he's doing, and he's kind of in a couple lanes.
That's
with
one of the things I love about him.
But so that's it. That's what brought you guys together was comedy. So you guys were both adapting on the fly, doing honing your comedy skills online through Zoom when the world was shut down, and you kept in touch.
Oh yeah.
So what's the comedy game like these days now, post pandemic? And just to set everyone up, you're in New York City, right?
Yep. Yeah. Oh God, New York.
Beautiful city, beautiful, right?
Beautiful, but let's put it this way. You've never met a bunch of dysfunctional knuckleheads until you've dealt with New York comics. Holy shit.
Explain that. What do you mean by that?
You can imagine comics are crazy, right?
Yeah, they're abused,
And then there's New York comics. I was talking with another friend out of New York, and we were having dinner one night, and we looked at each other, and we were like, is it just me, or is everyone in this game in New York completely crazy? And
gotta be.
And by crazy, I mean imagine you're stuck back in high school,
right?
And it's like cliquish stupidity, and producers are like awful, bookers are
venues are pieces of shit, the owners suck.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you a story. There's two venues.
Sure.
In the city. Owner passes away last year.
R.I.P.
Yep. But those clubs are known for being what we call in the business real bringer bins.
Okay. I think I know where you're going. That's where you only get up if you bring people, right?
Right. They're pretty much notorious for it. A lot of venues in New York are notorious for it, but these two places are really notorious for it. So people were talking, they were posting, RIP, blah, blah, blah. And I messaged a friend of mine. I said, how long before somebody takes a shot at him? And somebody finally did.
What they say?
The guy goes, RIP, thanks for the memories. Can't make the funeral. I don't have 5 people to bring.
Oh, shit, bro.
Respect.
I was just like, okay, do you? Ooh.
It's gotten brutal lately, bro. Like, that's like the drill game. Like, if they smoke one of the ops and they make a rap about him, then next week, and
they piss on his grave and they're
dead.
dead.
They do all that shit, bro. It's crazy. People are getting ruthless online with their
Oh, sure.
Disrespect.
Online allows people to be ruthless.
Shit, Ye just went off recently. Did
Yeah.
you see that? I know, yeah, bro. You see Ye,
I hit up
Josh?
Ye, dude. I hit up Ye like 3 or 4 days ago. I was like, bro, you got to get on X more. And then that night, he just like he popped off, bro. I could feel it was coming. I swear, bro, he's gonna drop something.
Yeah,
This
he went
weekend.
crazy. He cashed
He's-
out.
Dude,
The first time he did all his dumb anti-Semitic shit. Full disclosure, I'm Jewish, but as I like to joke, more Jewish, which just means I'm circumcised, but I have a pork habit.
Hey, dude, girls love circumcised dicks, so you're good.
so you know, I get on stage and I go, "Okay, Kanye, impress me."
It's
You know,
Ye, bro.
you
Ye.
know, you're going DEFCON 3 on my people. Somebody did that like 80 years ago. You gotta stop rehashing and stealing other people's work.
I love it. Did it get a good round of applause?
They were laughing. They were laughing. They were liking that.
So I kind of. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Chow. Go ahead.
Well, what do you think of the most recent ones, like versus the ones from like 3 years ago?
It's
like,
about. I'd say it's about the same level of just.
Bro,
anti-Semitism meets I need attention.
Right.
I'm like, oh boy.
Here
It's
we
like
go.
you can almost just predict it. Like, okay, this is
It's
what
like
he's
a
gonna
cycle.
do. Because this is just how he is. This is who he is. Blah blah blah. Test pattern. I'm snoring. Whatever.
Yeah, check this out. Amir, you want to throw that up?
Oh yeah. I got you. My bad, bro.
So this is one he's said. No rich niggas truly funny. Being funny is for broke niggas who want to distract you from the fact that they broke and trying to get bitches to fuck for free. And when I read that shit, I was like, dude, that's true, bro.
It is true. It is very true. Honestly, I swear to God, like I've never seen I would say a successful man with a large woman, but I've always seen unsuccessful men with large women. Josh, any thoughts on that?
No, he's talking about being a comic, bro. He's
Oh.
trashing comics, bro.
Here's the thing. No one wants to date comics.
Why? Artie Lang was getting pussy left and right, Stuttering John, all of them. Dude,
Because
Ray
most
DeVito
comics
gets
are
pussy.
way more nuts than that. Trust me.
Ray DeVito gets pussy all day.
nobody's getting pussy in this business. Trust me. Trust me. The guys I know that are in relationships, they get on stage and burn their relationships.
Really?
They all do it.
Damn.
What's the worst? Like, have you ever seen like one of your friends' relationships just fall apart while they were a comic? To the point where you're like, holy shit, dude, you probably should stop being a comic. Have you ever had that kind of moment with
No,
them?
I've never had that moment, but I've seen guys talk about like burning, like wanting to like put their kids up for adoption. I've seen guys go off on their significant other during a breakup or a divorce, which is
Right.
about what you'd expect. But there's this like darkness there that you're just like,
Right.
oh, this is why no one wants to date a comic.
I think every comic though has a darkness to them, correct? Or they're
Oh,
fake
sure.
as fuck. And you can kind of weed that out pretty quickly as a comic yourself. You know, you can kind of tell when someone's, you know, you're like, you know, you really don't have a fucked up past like the rest of us do. And go ahead, sorry.
Or you can tell that maybe they're just too fucked up to be around. Like there's a few guys in the city. I'm not going to mention names.
Sure.
But there's one guy who wants people to do his stuff at this venue where he runs stuff. And everyone's like, no, you're really off the wall.
Right.
Even for a New York comic, you're like,
And he's not funny, right?
Oh, it's beyond not funny. It's like some of the stuff is just so unhinged.
It's like not even shock jock. It's just
shock jock would be an improvement for him.
Okay, so it's not like an Anthony Cumia opiate show.
It's not even that. It's not even
it's like the Joker.
It's not even Tony Hinchcliffe. It's just wait, what?
Oh damn.
You're just like, what?
You think that's like some cutting edge shit that he's on though, and then like in a couple years it'll be like the heat?
No, because people are looking at this guy and they're like,
Can you tell me a joke that's not like that you can kind of censor a little bit?
Oh, some of my stuff?
No. One
No,
of
this
one of
guy.
the
No,
We gotta
his
hear
stuff
some of
is
this shit.
he does these weird impressions and these rants that are just scary.
Is he
Oh,
schizo?
shit.
I think he could be.
Yeah, there you go, probably. But I was like kind of looking into your stuff. So you were on Danger Fields Comedy Club, or you were
I was over at
performing there?
I was at Dangerfields a bunch of times, comic strip regularly.
No shit. How'd that go? How was your experience there?
I've always been good. Always, my worst night was probably one of the late night shows I did at Greenwich Village Comedy Club.
Mhm.
Imagine you're up there for about 7 minutes
Right.
and you get like 2 laughs and the rest is just crickets.
Oh, shit.
That's the worst. I'll take a boo. I'll take you suck.
You'll take a heckler, right?
Yeah.
You at least can work with it.
Yeah, this was awful. This was just, oh my God, stop.
Dude,
How's your
after that happens though, like you feel like the low of the lows, but
Oh, sure. You feel so low.
when you get that standing O, then you
Ooh.
back.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah. Like the next night I did another show and I was it was the exact opposite. But the morning after that epic nightmare, oh God, I get so much heat for the mustache.
I bet you do, bro. How's like when you're going down on the chick, do you ever get a little bit of extra flavor with that big motherfucker right there, bro?
Occasionally.
Occasionally, yeah. Good man. But anyway, continue your story. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, my best friend calls me up the next morning. He's like, "Get to Queens. We're going for brunch." I'm like, not. But he calls me at like 6 a.m.
Right.
Don't mess with me. It's a Sunday morning. It's cold. I'm not in the mood.
Of course.
Oh shit.
And he's hounding me. I'm like, fine. Okay. You want to play?
Let's play.
So I got on the train.
Yeah.
Went from Upper East Side of Manhattan to Northern Boulevard in Queens. And go in this little coffee shop. Get coffee. Yeah. It's like early.
You gotta get your blood pressure going. I get it.
I'm not in the mood. He rolls up with one of his friends, and I'm like, okay, this is vengeance for messing with me. I throw the coffee away, run outside, jump on the hood of the car, and I'm doing this, licking the windshield just to see if I can get a reaction. My buddy and his friend are freaking out.
Oh, right. Fuck.
Because they're like, they're just sitting there and all of a sudden, thump, big, hairy, blubbery thing on the hood of his car.
Is this in New York?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Did you like beat off or something?
No, I'm not. I'm not that twisted. I can be twisted, but not like that. And you just see the two of them turn green, and they're leaning out of the window, ready to puke. Then I get off the car, I jump in the back, and I go, "That's what you get for messing with me at 6 a.m."
Damn straight, man. Damn straight.
Did he crack? Did the glass even crack or anything?
No.
Oh, thank God.
And I'm lucky too because it was a Subaru STI, and those things have lightweight hoods.
Those are beautiful cars.
Those are great. He was just like,
Corey Adams.
He's like, you're lucky there's no damage because I just want this thing detailed.
So I got a question for you also, though, real quick. So since you're a comedian, I know and I've talked to a lot of comedians in my time here doing this show. Too many to count, man. So I kind of want to before we get into future, or present debacles or what's going on with you, I want the fans to know more about you and how you came up into being a comic. So let's start at the beginning real quick. Let's just do a quick recap, nothing too long because I know you're tired. So
honestly, it was I was riffing around one night with some friends, and they come to me and go, "We signed you up for an open mic. You think you're funny?
those are
Prove
good
it."
friends. Those are good friends, man.
or sick and twisted friends, if my family had anything to say about it.
Right. Well, hang on, real quick though. Before we dive into that, let's go back a little bit further. You're from a Jewish family, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys like very Jewish, or is it kind of like open loose?
It's sort of loose-ish. It's sort of just like loose-ish.
Yeah, you're like I am Christian, but you're like, yeah, we don't go to church every Sunday. I get it.
Put it this way: Dad was the more religious of my two
course.
parents,
Right.
and Mom was like the least. So it was like Dad grew up religious, Mom was like, and I grew up crazy.
Right, and then once you got old enough, you guys didn't go anymore to, But anyway, so
whatnot.
What transpired in your life early on in your childhood and your early teens to the point where you kind of like developed I would say a personality as a jokester, because that usually happens with comics. I've noticed that they always have something happen in their lives, and I see you rolling your eyes.
It was a combination of things.
Sure.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I was diagnosed with mild ADHD when I was young.
Sure.
But the problem was in New York, there just weren't a lot of schools that had programs to work with it.
Right.
So one of the few schools that I could get into was a Jewish day school, which is kind of basically, for those of you that wonder what I'm talking about, think of a Jewish version of a Catholic school.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I caught a lot of heat for not being really religious.
Okay, you're like a bad boy.
Right,
Cool.
right.
Yeah,
So
I
I got bullied a lot. I got messed with a lot.
Right.
And and then in high school, I just went to a regular high school, but I was always sort of one of the few dorks. So I always caught a lot of shit. So I developed this whole thing because of that's how I survived it.
Right. You have to
Makes
survive
sense.
something. Yeah.
Okay. And by the time I got to college, I was just like nuts.
Then you just love clowning around all day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have that personality.
Did you party a lot when you were in college?
Not. If I did it, I was subtle about it.
Yeah.
One of my best friends, we're still friends. You remember Bluto from Animal House?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
That was this guy, but dial it up to 11.
Oh, damn.
Tell me a story. Give me someone crazy.
Okay. My freshman year of college, I went to this small liberal arts college, Curry College, which is right outside of Boston.
Right.
Nice.
I had a lot of fun, partied a lot.
Yeah.
But my grades suffered, so my parents were, the typical Jewish parents, like, that's it. You're coming closer to home so we can keep an eye on you.
Right. They're like, L'chaim! And you're like, oh, wait, what?
I took a road trip with a couple of buddies from the city, and we're in the car. We're going up to Boston. My buddy calls, and he goes, you going to be here soon? I go, yeah, just, have some like booze, maybe some weed and some pizza around. We're good. He goes,
Yes.
so this is where it gets a little scary. He goes, no. What do you want? I'm like, I just told you what we want.
Right.
He goes, you don't get it. I'll get you anything. I'll get you red ones, yellow ones, green ones, purple ones. I'll get you speed. I'll get you like whatever.
That's tough, dude. He's a boss.
He goes, I'm your magic man. I am your connection to the subconscious.
Oh shit. So he's like a shaman.
I'm like, oh fuck. He goes, and he finishes up. He goes, I'm your connection to the soul. I'm your priest. I'm nuts. I go, dude,
I'm Jewish.
You got a car full of Jews coming. He's like, so I'm your freaking rabbi.
Hey, there you go.
So he had some good shit.
I was like, oh boy. I looked over at my buddy. I looked at my friends in the car. We're looking at each other. We're like, we're gonna die this weekend.
Did you guys do it?
There's an 80% chance we're gonna OD and be found dead in a heap somewhere.
Right.
Did you?
Did you guys?
No. Come on, dude. You guys didn't do it.
we did some dumb shit. That weekend.
Like what?
I pull up to my buddy's dorm. He comes out in a t-shirt and flip-flops. It's like 12 degrees below.
Oh shit.
Hanging loose.
Yeah.
Oh, he was already gone. By the time the weekend was over, one of my buddies was hooking up with the campus version of the 6 train.
Okay.
I apparently was found so plastered that my then girlfriend, who came with us on this trip, was drawing penises on my face.
Oh, good.
Oh shit. Yeah.
And one of my other buddies was sitting baked in a dorm room next door watching the couple there fuck right in front of him at like 3.
Oh, that's hard,
shit.
dude. He's a cuck.
He was just sitting there smoking, watching. It was just
He's jerking off, doing his thing. Yeah. Do you miss that? Do you miss those times at all? By any chance? Do you like ever like reminisce? You're like, fuck, dude. I kind of wish that like. I could
yes
get
and
back to
no,
that.
because I'll tell you, because I went to visit a buddy of mine who was living in Miami at the time.
Right.
It was my 40th birthday.
Okay.
And the hotel where I was staying, if you were a guest, they gave you these little drink tickets, unlimited well drinks.
Nice.
For $1 a piece, happy hour 6 to 7.
Okay.
And I got so plastered from that alone.
You have to.
And then we went out and it got worse.
Let me hear this story.
Shit.
We went out. He comes by my hotel.
Yeah.
He's already a little.
Yeah, he's ready to have fun. Yeah.
We basically went for dinner. We hit some clubs. By the time the night's over, I was pretty wrecked. This dude was so smashed. We checked out one of the other hotels nearby because I had heard stories from my folks about all these old school hotels down there that they knew when they were kids. And I'm trying to explain to them, like, no, it's not like that anymore. It's not subdued elegance. It's Miami Vice meets an 8-ball.
They're not family friendly anymore down here.
This is not family friendly anymore.
Right. There's no days in with a pool. Like,
no, this is not even that. This is like, so we go into this hotel and we go to the whiskey bar. They're charging $50 a glass, and this was about.
Did you have the stash by then or no?
Yeah, I already had the stash.
Oh, bet I've
had this stash for about 12, 13 years now.
So I know you were a pool pussy then with that shit. All right, go ahead.
So my buddy was so drunk. There was a pool party at this hotel. He kept falling into the pool.
Oh shit.
He was so placid, and I kept having to fish him out of the pool.
Right.
You had to do it by yourself, or were there lifeguards?
Yeah, I had to do it by myself because no one else was going to do it. Because everyone was they were dancing in the pool.
Yeah, they were in a little.
It was just wild. And I take him to the bathroom to dry him off. The bathroom attendant's trying to hit on us.
What'd they say to you? What'd they say to you?
They're like, hey, big stuff. You can imagine.
Right.
And
I'm like,
hey, Josh, hey, my boy, hey, it's love, right? Hey,
I'm like, hey, whatever, I'll take anything.
We'll
get into my love life being a disaster. We'll get there in a minute.
Yeah. Tits or tits, all right.
And my buddy was so drunk, so plastered. He was hell bent on riding his bike back to his apartment in downtown Miami. I'm trying to stop him. Yeah. He knocks me off the handlebars of the bike. I'm splayed out on Collins Avenue, and I'm screaming, "That's it, numbnuts! You want to ram your head into a coconut tree? Go right ahead. Don't call me from the morgue." Right. So I go back to my hotel, hit the vending machine, get some chocolate bars and some soda, go to my room, turn on the TV, throw myself on the bed. 20 minutes later, I get a text. And my brain, even drunk out of my mind, I knew. I go, You home? He's like, yeah, I'm home safe, having a nightcap. I'm like, and I text back, what kind of nightcap? Couple of lines of Bolivian nasal dust. I'll see you tomorrow.
Good man, dude. I mean,
He
I
was
respect
like,
that.
holy shit.
So that's like your early on year. Oh, that was when you're 40, but yeah. And
But
go ahead.
as the years were going by, I could feel my body going, no, you can't party anymore.
When's the last time you got fucked up, man?
Got really fucked up.
Yeah, like fucked up. Like you were feeling like you were a rock star. When was the last time you felt like that? You know what I'm saying?
It was probably one of the first parties I went out to after the pandemic was over.
Yeah.
Went to a friend's house party and it was fun. I got nicely messed up. I didn't get too
Right. You were calm.
Yeah, there were some other people there who were just like
Out of their minds.
mm-hmm.
So I mean, so you deal with a lot of New York comics. I'm sure you see a lot of like debauchery, as they would say. You know, you see people.
It's funny. I've seen there's a lot of debauchery, but depends on the crew, because some guys are very nuts, but they're very chill nuts.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
Okay, a lot of the guys I work with at the comic strip, they're very laid back nuts. You get drunk.
Right, but they're not ripping lines of cocaine and doing Xanax in the bathroom and then popping an Addy before you hop on.
I've done shows down in Miami where those guys are just getting nuts, and you're like, I'm going to go curl up in a ball because you guys are going to end up turning yourselves inside out before the night's over.
Right. So let's go back a little bit though. So you're from a hardcore Jewish family on your father's side. Your mother is like, hey, don't worry about it. You know, as long as we circumcise your dick, you're good. So you're good to go. And then you decide your friends put you into this open mic. Tell me about that experience. What was your experience like doing that open mic?
It was great.
What happened? Let me hear that story.
I just went up, did some stuff I had kind of worked on. It's the first time you're ever doing this, so you know it's not going to be...
Right, you're on stage for the first time. I get it.
Right. And it wasn't the worst thing I'd ever done, and I'm going, oh, I can do this. So the guy who runs the open mic's like, listen, it's a corny thing, but I did it. He teaches a new talent class.
And this is how they get you guys. I don't know why you motherfuckers fall for this shit. There's always that.
It works, bro.
It's the worst, bro. They always tell these
New York
comics.
But
it works.
I did it.
Okay.
And I just got the bug and never looked back.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, okay.
Josh,
you're right.
Joshua came up through that shit. Davinsky came up through that shit.
Everyone came up through that shit, bro. In New York,
all the
they're like,
goats.
those workshops, dude. They work you guys hard, and they spew you guys out.
And you know, the guy I worked with, I still do work with him. He's one of the few bookers and comedy gurus in New York who will actually give you like legit feedback,
right?
As opposed to stringing you along. He'll actually be honest with you. I've seen him say it in so many words to people. You sure you want to do this? I've seen him do that.
Yeah, that's cool. That's good, man. Yeah, like
I gotta take a pic.
You said you go over to Dangerfields or something.
It back before the pandemic, it was Dangerfields. It didn't survive the pandemic.
Oh, damn!
A few clubs did close.
You know Gino Bisconte.
There's so many people in the city.
He's so heavy in that game up there, bro. But he says the same shit about the pandemic, and he's always talking about the pandemic and how it changed comedy. But he's really into the gay agenda lately.
It never bothered me. I'm like, gay agenda my ass. I'm like, yeah, gay agenda my ass. It's just like, Full disclosure, I'm bisexual, and I'm just like, yeah, what agenda? We're just miserable like everybody else. we're just miseries. We're just miserable like everyone else.
Yeah, but like he's like really like he was a big guy in like the Corona 19 stuff and how it was all a hoax.
I was never a conspiracy theorist or any of that shit.
Which I get it. I mean, it's fine. And now he's like, but then on the other end, he's going around and he's like all about like the story time in the schools with like the cross dressers. Like, isn't that crazy?
I think that's just so overblown that that I'm just dying.
Are we talking about cross dressers and story time?
Well, yeah, because I was asking him if he knew Visconti.
Who?
I would rather.
Visconti.
Oh,
I would
Gino?
rather. I would rather have the proverbial cross dresser come and do story time than some politicians. Republicans.
So that is interesting. No. Actually, I kind of want to drop into this with you, Joshua, because I'm sure Tom sold you as this is a political show, right?
He kind of was saying you guys are a little political.
Yeah, we're like very leftist, we LGBTQ, we love it. But my thing is this though. So have you ever involved politics into your comedy skits and or your stand-up, and or when did you start kind of delving into that area more?
I was doing it pretty much out of the gate. But the trick to that, you really have to write. It's hard to do it because if you do a joke about a certain topic,
right,
no one's going to remember it a week later.
Of course.
Because no one has an attention span.
True. Yes.
Okay. And the other is you do have to get a feel for the room. I've seen tame political stuff go wrong.
Okay, give me an example of that.
I've seen people do stuff bashing
Trump,
Cuomo, whatever you want.
And a ton of MAGA heads are saying, or gropers,
whatever
their names are.
There's a million.
And I'm just like, guys, it's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work.
Yeah,
and the stuff I'll talk about, it's like really tame stuff politically. I do more of that on a podcast because I think it just works better on a podcast.
It does. Yes, I agree with that. Yeah, because when you're in the room, if you fuck up the room, you're done.
Oh yeah,
there goes your set, and you're not going to draw any more fans.
I saw a Jewish comic do a weirdo Holocaust joke that I thought was funny.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, but
do you think?
But it bombed with half the room. And I was like, ooh.
You're like,
yeah.
You're like, never mind. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to ask.
I'm sitting in the back. It takes a lot to offend me.
Okay, good. I don't.
It really takes a lot to offend me.
Good.
So I had, I'm listening to it. I have a little chuckle in the back, but like a couple of people in the room got really pissed.
Fuck them. They're
like, oh, there goes the set. There goes the set. That's toast.
If you had like two politicians like OGs that are goats to you, like that you really look up to, and two comics that like inspired you to be a comedian, or you love their goats as well, like who are your top two politicians of all time and top two comics?
With politicians, none of them, because I'm like,
never, not one.
Come on, I'm sure there's one activist or politician that really inspired you to want to talk about politics, because you seem somewhat enthralled in it and you talk about it. So who
you don't like Obama?
Nah. I mean, Obama, sure, he was great, but in a lot of ways. But I'm like, here
we go.
Hold it. But I'm like, I don't worship these guys. It's like,
yeah, you're not bleaching your skin black. I get it.
Lame.
Hey man, I'm trying to be funny here, all right? Give me a chance. I'm young.
He's trying to be
but you're just like, you're just like, they're politicians, you know. There's lousy, sucky, awful, and holy shit, really?
Right, like AOC. Yeah, I get it.
It's
AOC is
like
a baddie.
and then
She's bad,
and then you know, as for comics, it's you know, Eddie Murphy, Lewis Black,
Lewis Black's pretty good for
Bill Maher.
Bill Maher. I do like Bill Maher's podcast he does. It's actually pretty good. Remember he was starting to touch that one female a little bit too much, and she's like, "Oh, I was sexually assaulted." And he's like, "Oh, that's a joke." I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah,
I'm like, I think he used to be. I think he used to be funnier. I think he used to be funnier. I think one of the biggest problems with political comedy or comics in general,
yeah,
you get to a point where you clearly can tell they're past their shelf life.
Like Kamala.
Yeah.
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
Candidate. She was not a great candidate.
And Biden was
Biden fucked you all over, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not
Biden was gassed out, bro.
Biden fucked the world over. Don't even start me. Don't even start me.
Dude, I would have gone for that one Jewish guy. What was his name? Fuck.
Shapiro?
Yeah.
Zelensky?
So
Jesus.
Putin? What? Who? No. But anyway, dude. I don't want to get too political with you. I mean, yeah, I do.
Let's shift gears. What do you think of
shift gears?
The top G, Andrew Tate?
Fuck him.
He's a Muslim.
You don't like him?
Say that.
He's a piece of shit.
What?
Andrew Tate's a piece of shit.
Why?
He's a good.
Explain why.
He does a lot of comedy on his shit. He was doing some comedy.
And he's a piece of shit. He's a fucking disgusting piece of shit.
Damn, bro, you're a hater.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
What about Andrew Tate do you not like? Explain it. Give me like three. Okay, all of it. Yes.
All of it.
Toxic masculinity.
All of it. That's it.
What about
everything? The toxic masculinity. All of it.
Wait, are you mad at Hawk Tour?
Oh, that was just lame.
Yeah, that was
what?
lame. Yeah, I get
that. That was just fucking lame. That was like 2.5 seconds of like, what? Why?
No, dude, Hawk Tour is blowing up today. She came back, bro.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
she was on with Chase Banks.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's got a shelf life of about what? Half a jar of used mayonnaise.
She's a baddie, though.
Nah, dude, she's gross, bro. She's a gross white bitch. I only fuck with interracial couples. Anyway, so look at this guy. I knew I get you, but so
wait,
anyway,
I got.
Go ahead.
Mir, you might have missed it. He said he's into bisex.
Oh no, I missed that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm bi. Yeah, just or as I like to call it, yeah, I get rejected by straight women and gay men everywhere.
I was gonna say, like, what do you usually try to get? Like, try to get with hoes, or do you try to get with like?
I'll try. I've had a few hookups, but it's just like after a while you go, sex is sex. It's overrated. You guys are like horrified.
No, I'm not horrified. I'm gay as fuck. So my question, dude, trust me, I can eat a fucking dick.
Yes.
Anyway, so
you can.
I can. Do you see this mustache? It tickles their balls. But anyway,
that beard would probably do the same thing.
I got you, buddy. Don't worry about it. Anyway, when did you have your first bisexual experience? I want to hear about that a little bit. College. What happened? Like, give me the scenario.
Dude, it's
come on, man.
The dude and I, we just sort of
you're vibing, you're drinking.
That was it. We were drinking, vibing, and it just sort of happened.
He danced a little close to you. You're dancing a little closer, and then
that was not quite, but that's roughly.
When did you reject him?
No,
you never rejected him.
No,
he rejected you.
Yeah.
Was it? Damn. Okay.
It was just really awkward. It was one of those moments where I'm still like,
he's like,
oh, what did I do?
Gay. I didn't mean to grab your hand and shake your ass, but I'm not gay. It's like, okay.
Does that guy Is that guy a gay guy now?
I knew he was gay, but he was, how should one say, a little uncomfortable with it, and yet
he's
a little. And sometimes when he did want to get with people, he would come at you in ways that were just inappropriate and really awkward.
Like he grabbed your. Well,
Whoa.
give me an example. Give me tell me what happened that was awkward. You're like, dude, you missed your chance on me. Sorry.
One time he just tried to cock slap me.
That's hot. What?
but it was like I'm not even I'm like looking at the computer, doing something on the computer. All of a sudden, I'm like, wait, what?
And it was your roommate in college?
No, it was a friend.
It was the bartender.
It was a friend.
Okay.
So it was a friend that jocked, slapped your balls and dick. And you're like, hey, you missed your chance. And he's like, you know what? Maybe I didn't. Was there? And
I was kind of like, yeah, you did.
So that's the only instance. Have you had any recent ones or no?
No.
So you're straight now?
No. Still bi. Doesn't work like that, boys. Hate to break it to you.
I got a question. One of our homies, like, he's a really honest guy in some aspects of life, but he truly believes that he's straight, but he wishes he was gay.
Oh, yeah, dude. What do you think about that?
He thinks if he was gay and if he was a minority, like an Asian, if he was a gay Asian man, that he'd be like way further along in his comedy career. So are you faking being bi, like Tim Dillon's faking being gay?
Trust me. You don't fake this. Trust me. You don't fake this.
All right, I trust you.
You don't. Trust me.
No. I get it. Yeah, like I remember my first time. You never forget and you never fake. You go all the way or you're a fag. That's what I remember. I
can say
it. Like I told you, Josh, just don't say the N-word, sir. Okay, please. Don't say that. I don't want to be canceled. But anyway, so you have these moments with this gentleman. Did he ever come back in your life at any point in time, or were you guys just separated after that? He's tried to, but again, in really awkward ways, like just like, dude, no, I'm not no, you had your chance. You know, I've had there was a few other friends. No,
incidents in college.
What happened? You're gonna tell
random hookups. Big deal.
You're about to tell us a story there. I saw
it. Was just, couple of hookups. You want to, boom. There's not much to write about.
Nice.
It's just there. I love how people, guy? I love how people. It's not you, and I'm just saying it's a thing in general. This stereotype of, there's some weird. No, we're just messed up like everybody else, and we're trying to get laid like everybody else. And half the time, the world's like both fascinated, horrified, and intrigued, and trying to push stereotypes on us. I'm like, no, we're exactly like you. We're just equally miserable. We're just equally miserable. And we have the right to be equally miserable as everyone else.
I don't think it's weird, but I just it's fascinating, and that's why we're asking you questions. But
well, I don't find
I'll tell you the story.
Go ahead.
I was with somebody at the time. This dude starts sending messages to me, and he goes, "My heart's still steaming for you." And the person I was with was like, "Okay, what the fuck is this?"
They're both men, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, it hasn't been anything with me and this other guy for years. Relax. The guy left, the guy moved out of the country, and I'm just like, good. Because he's one time I was actually going to the club, and he messages me and he starts sending dick pics.
That's hot. Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't want to. I'm like, your dick's not that interesting. It's kind of shriveled.
It's not circumcised. I get it.
Oh no, it was. It was just like Like,
oh,
think of it this way:
gross.
the toad.
It's like your
The
penis.
toad.
The toad.
And then he video calls me. I'm like, oh no. And he's sitting in his apartment and he's beating off to me. I'm like, dude, come on.
Did he ask permission for that shit?
No, I was just like,
fuck.
I gotta go now. But I said, but I want to thank you in advance because you just gave me about 5 minutes of material about you.
Boom.
Boom.
Yeah.
Hasn't called back since.
Did you use the material?
Yes.
Or how the crowd react to that material?
I set it up as stalker material because that's kind of what it felt like in that moment. I was like, yeah, so I've got this like weird stalker, but they're stalking me from afar, but they can't accept that I was the one who rejected them. And I go, we really are like everyone else, ladies and gentlemen. Completely awkward, don't know how to handle other human beings. And let's be honest, the human race will probably be better off when Japanese sex robots truly become a thing.
So you're a bit of a player then, I'm guessing. Because you're breaking. I can tell. You know how I can tell you're a player, bro. And I'm gonna say it right now. I see how you are with the camera. You're like snapping me right now, right? I'm in my bed right now. I'm a little lonely, and I'm seeing.
No, I just like to do this because I like to freak people out with the camera.
You're not freaking me out. You're turning me on right now. You're turning me on. I love that shit. I love those handlebars.
Yeah, he loves that shit.
I'll do
bro.
some pull-ups on them. Anyway,
and I'll tell you another. This is
go ahead.
Another horror story. Right. One of my buddies goes, "Yeah, I got the perfect person for you." Whenever someone says they got the perfect person, run.
Sure.
Run.
Okay.
Run, because they don't care about you. They're pranking you.
Is that
they're pranking you and messing with you in the worst way. This was a straight relationship.
Oh, that's hot.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we're more into that lately. So like,
I kind of
give us a rundown. Was she bigger?
So here's what.
Yeah, let's hear it.
It was okay for a little while. Then she wanted to do something out of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Like nice. Tim Curry with the pleather skirt thing, but she wanted me to do like that mixed with a French-made top, and I was like,
wearing it, right?
I wasn't feeling that. She gets pissed.
Yeah.
So about a week later, she's like, okay, I overreacted. Go for dinner at her place. Wake up the next morning. She had roofied me.
That's hot.
But she was trying. I couldn't find my pants. She was trying to see if she could get her pet hamster to go in my crotch. And I was just like, I'm done.
Where'd you find this whore?
Yeah.
A friend of mine set us up.
She was a baddie too, right?
Comic?
I was like, no.
Lord.
And here was the better part. I break up with her right then and there.
Of course.
She starts stalking my married friends.
Good.
Was she hot at least?
Yeah.
No.
How hot?
Well, like how fat was she?
Yeah.
Chubby.
Just
definitely
chubby
on the chubbier side.
Kanye was right.
Tits.
Yeah, he was right.
I was just like, ew. and so I called her, like, wait a sec, you're stalking my friends? Isn't that not how you're supposed to do this? You're supposed to stalk me. She goes, you weren't that great.
Oh, shit.
I was like, I'm using this. I just said to myself, I'm using this.
Damn straight, dude. Fuck
dude, you still in touch with her? You should send her the link.
No.
Here, bro.
Here's what's even funnier. One of my best friends, he has a habit of chasing my cast-offs.
Oh,
my straight
shit.
Cast-offs. Yeah.
Yeah, he goes.
So did he end up wifing her?
No.
Oh shit.
At least he's that smart. All right.
He has a habit of chasing my straight Cast-offs. It was just like,
did he end up talking about it?
I asked him, I was like, dude, do you not know how to find other people other than the ones
I've been with
that I've been with and like ended up
Men and
rejecting.
women?
Come on.
Yeah.
Right.
No. I'm like, nope.
Is he a comic?
No. He should be a comic. His whole life is a weird comedy freak show in and of itself.
Yeah, what if me and Mir wanted to get in the comedy game? Like, what would we have to do to like cement ourselves?
Go to an open mic and just be prepared for a lot of abuse.
I got. Go ahead.
He's already famous, and I'm up and coming. So like,
Yeah,
we just want to start headlining at least.
Doesn't work that way.
You don't think so?
No.
Schaub did it.
That's true. Sean did do it. Yeah.
Brendan Schaub.
Brendan Schwab did do it.
Yeah, he pulled it off.
For most people, it's just go to open mics, keep writing, and it takes forever.
What? Well, go ahead. Sorry, Joe.
Do you think your bi-ness like kind of has helped you in comedy a little bit, or
not really?
No,
not really.
What? I got a question for you, bro. When did you have your I know I don't want to sound rude here. When was your first like big break? You're like, holy shit, I actually might like start doing something with this. You're like, holy shit. Like, when did you when did you kind of like notice like there was a turn for like more viewership, more views, people wanted to see you more? Did you ever have that break or no?
Not really. Look, I've only been doing this about 7.5, 8 years. Okay. It takes maybe 15 before you have that moment. Very few people have that lightning in a bottle,
right?
Holy shit moment.
Like Kevin Brennan. Yeah.
Right. Very few. It's by and large that doesn't happen.
Right.
You know, people say, "Oh, put out stuff on social media." I'm like, hold on. Problem with putting out too much for social media, you're not putting out quality material. You're trying to put out stuff to constantly feed the algorithm.
Right, of course.
And it really doesn't help.
Especially if you're not already like super famous from something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, guys like Ray DeVito, they've been in the business forever.
So you know who Ray DeVito is?
Now I'm just thinking, it's been a long day. It's been a really fucking long day. When I mean long day, today that's why I'm a little off tonight, guys. It's been a long day. I had a fight with somebody.
Was it Ray?
No.
Oh.
Fight with somebody outside of comedy.
I'm sorry.
It's just some other shit that's been going on, and there's some family shit I gotta deal with. I gotta go out of town for a little bit, and I'm like, oh joy.
Yeah, that's a tough time, bro. Sorry, man.
It happened, dude. It happens. It's not your fault. Yeah. But I know of Ray DeVito.
You never interacted with him at all or nothing like that?
No.
He's a big time New York City guy. He runs a show at the Stand. You know that spot?
I know that spot. I've done a couple of mics there, never gotten booked on a show there.
Yeah, he books a show, but he never books like non-famous comedians. He only books people like Joe List and Mark Norman and those guys.
Joe List, I've met him a couple of times.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Mark Norman, even if you've never met him, everybody in New York knows of him.
Yeah, he's legendary.
He's actually one of my favorites.
He's good.
Does everyone know about Ray DeVito in your guys' circle?
We know of him.
You know of him. So he's like,
don't know. We may know of people. We just don't know them personally.
Right.
What's the legend?
What's the legend of Ray DeVito in the comedy circles?
He's really good.
Yes, he is really good.
Yeah, he's really good. That's all you need to know.
Yes. Yeah,
you let their reputation speak for themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, and when people like trash people or
no point comparing people.
You can't really compare people. Like,
right. Everything is different.
I've got friends who could easily be the next Lewis Black, the next George Carlin, but it doesn't just happen overnight. One of my buddies at the Strip, he's put 2 specials out
Right.
Nice.
on Amazon, and I asked him, what did they actually pay you? And he said, honestly, you couldn't buy a used Civic for what they paid me.
Oh shit. What do you think of?
It's another problem with digital creators today. It's not like it was 20, 30 years ago where you put out a special, you get
It's big.
it. Back then it was a real thing and you got real money. Today they're throwing pennies at you and it's like, ugh.
Right.
It is, man. What there's another guy that's raised Nemesis, Chad Zumock. What do you think of him?
Eh,
You don't think he's funny?
he's all
a good
right.
comic.
I'm like, he's not bad.
It's pretty funny.
I would, there's so many great people around New York. And one of the things I've realized, nobody can really, what's the term I'm looking for? No one can really know, or no one's really ever going to hear about a lot of these people outside of comedy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take
because there's just too many people creating.
No, totally. Yeah.
And you hear the stories from guys like JJ Ramirez, other comics who've been in the business forever, said the problem that he said to me, is the problem you guys are going to face is getting yourself out there is so much harder to cut through all this noise.
No,
it's becoming a nightmare.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, and there was I think there's fatigue to some degree too, because there was just so much for so long of it, like popping out on everything.
Because everyone's putting stuff on TikTok, Instagram, yada yada yada, and now people are starting to step back from it because I think they're starting to figure out just because you're putting stuff out and building for the algorithm, but are you actually good?
Yeah.
Like, I'll give you the best example, Matt Rife.
Yeah.
Everyone I know who wasn't a comic was raving about him. And I'm looking at these people going, are you nuts? Matt Rife's terrible. He's a crowd comic at best.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree.
And one of the worst things about that technique and putting out content for that, you're hurting yourself. You may build a following on Instagram, but then people go see you.
They're disappointed.
Oh yeah. My best friend, his sister was hounding me for months saying I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. And I said, all right, you and your friends bought tickets to go see him at Radio City. Fine.
Yeah, go.
I didn't fast forward a few months later, it was last February. She says to me, I'm sorry, you were right. He sucks. She said that, like, he barely had anything to say. It was all just riffing off the crowd.
I mean, that's art,
crowd work.
That's an art.
It's one thing to do it in the moment if you can get away with it, but to build an entire act around it, you either are really terrible, or you have to be really good at selling it, or in actuality, you have to be really good at doing it because it's a bad crush.
Well, Bob, you know who Bob Levy is, right? From Stuttering John.
Yeah.
Well, Bob Levy is mostly known for his crowd work.
But he's good. Unlike Matt Rife, he's good.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, because he built skits out of crowd work, to the point where
he took the crowd work and actually did something with it. Matt Rife never has.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Matt Rife is just nothing but crowd work and sort of lowball, softball insults. I say to people, you could hate on Tony Hinchcliffe,
right?
But at least he has a technique and can do things with it.
I got a question for you real quick. As a comic from New York, what was your take on Tony Hinchcliffe's comment about Puerto Rico being a floating island of garbage? Did you think that was that bad, or as they blew it up in the media?
I've heard worse.
Of course.
I've heard stuff.
I've heard a word, yeah.
I've heard some stuff that I would not repeat on a live stream anywhere. I thought it was funny in the sense that, like, in that moment, but I'm like, just going, the way he did that was just like, oh, dude, come on. You could have set that up so much better.
But he didn't deserve what he had coming from him from the left, right? Would you agree with
that? He kind of did, if only for just going up there and saying and just going, yeah, it's an island full of garbage. I'm like, oh God, come on. Can you fucking
be wittier with it?
Can you be wittier with it? Can you lead in better? And I'll tell you, I met Kevin Farley once. It's Chris Farley's brother.
Oh, fuck yeah. He's tough.
He's dope.
And he's a conservative comic, basically. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Rob
Schneider.
And
I, we were talking, and I asked him, I said, look, I'm more of a liberal comic, but I said, why do good conservative comic, I asked him, other than you and maybe Norm Macdonald, who are like really good conservative comics, he said not a lot, because the problem with conservative humor is it's focused more on punching down and racism, but you got to be witty about it. It's hard to do.
Yeah,
it's harder to do. He said for you guys, it's easier in some respects because if you're liberal and you're doing liberal comedy, so to speak, it's easier to work with.
Well, that's because it's with the times. I mean, if you're conservative, you're a comic, I think you have to be extremely on your game. Like, I mean, Eddie Murphy's done a lot of, I wouldn't say conservative comic, jokes or whatnot, but he was very judgmental on race or what was going on in the house, right, of black individuals. To the point where white people were laughing at, black people were laughing at it because it's so brilliantly made. Because
it was set up well.
Do you think there's like a bar for conservative comics? Like you have to be like very witty to be able to like get off with that joke compared to like leftist comics where they can just say shit and it was like clapping.
I think you have to be witty regardless. It's like the story I told you about the guy who did the Holocaust joke.
Right.
And he's Jewish. And the room was New York, Upper East Side. A lot of Jewish people. Okay. Right. And he did this joke, and I had heard it before, so like whatever. And I'm like, wait, did that just bomb? And then I'm like, ooh. He may have misstepped. He may have tried to tweak it a little and it didn't land right. It happens.
Yeah, you got to work on your craft. Yeah,
it's a constant work. It's constant. It's just constant.
Have you ever tried being conservative with some of your comedy at any points in time?
It's harder to do.
Explain that to me. What do you mean by it's hard to do?
Because you have to put aside your own biases.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then but you're also thinking, okay, how do I do this without going too far?
And
that goes for either way.
Right. And alienating the crowd, right?
Because your brain is constantly going, don't overdo it, because you can alienate people.
Right. And you don't want to do that.
I'll tell you a story. There's a guy I know who was trying to audition for a permanent spot at the Strip.
Oh.
And he's Indian guy. He was doing. Nice. I went to the audition just to watch him, come out and support him. And he's doing really well with it. And then he does one joke. It was really racist.
Can you tell us it?
It was a weird sort of. I vaguely remember something. It had something to do with the Holocaust and it was vaguely anti-Semitic. But I was like, dude. We all looked at each other. We were like, dude. He did that joke.
Oh shit!
He's not Jewish. Probably shouldn't have done it. And two, And two, he should have easily found another way to do it, but that cost him the audition.
Really?
Deported, bro?
You get deported?
We were
Deported.
I pop in there like, you're gone.
Guys, people were laughing. That joke, it was like crashing. It was like crashing into the side barrier on a highway.
You gotta be like Trump or like you
gotta be a certain. You gotta have a in a way, you almost have to be Trump or somebody like that.
Yeah,
the Jews
truly get away with it.
I love them.
Yeah, he's gonna do that shit, bro.
You have to do something. You have to be really known.
But the Gaza Strip is ours.
God,
you see that shit? What'd you think about that, man? What'd you think about that?
I think if they do that, oh boy, that's just no. I have friends who are ex-military who are going, oh
from
God.
IDF?
No, Americans who did tours in Iraq and Afghanistan who are going, oh, for fuck's sake.
See, this is something I kind of see all the time in media nowadays on X because it's so racially divided. There are some good Jews. And like I always see like people shitting on the Jews on social media, like yay, saying I'm a Nazi, fuck the Jews. I'm saying all types of shit. So like, what you told me that you're kind of like moving away from X, right? Because it's starting to get a little bit too
it's become this toxic cesspool of just absolute shit.
Heard that.
I'm like, a lot of people have dumped it.
Because like here's my thing, like people say the Jews control everything, you know. Sure, everyone has some type of Jewish ties to something. I mean, I might be Jewish, I don't know, but I mean, look at how good my show's doing. But anyway, I had to. Anyway, what I'm saying is though, like I know a lot of Jews in person. And honestly, they're not bad people. So I don't get like the hatred like your everyday Jew. I don't get that. Explain that to me, Josh. Like
what the hatred? There's no reason for the hatred.
I don't get it. Like there's a lot of great Jews who are normal.
It's like just fucking stupid conspiracy theories
that
have been around forever. Like about other ethnic groups. Same shit. I'm like, it's insane. It's stupid. It's childish. And it's just why. And you know, you look at these people and you go, oh, you're still doing the same stupid stereotypes.
Yeah, the same shtick. Yeah.
Oh, one of my jokes about that was Margie Taylor Greene, you know, with the whole Jewish space laser thing. I was like, oh, so my first thought was, oh well, at least she's trying a different angle. She's turning us into really bad Bond villains,
right?
but not like from the classic Bond years,
right?
You know, because you're still hating on the Jews, and you know,
there's no Sean Connery, yeah.
You know, so you're gonna give us like, you know, the George Lazenby years and that like one random Bond movie from the '80s with that one guy. Oh God, who was that guy's name?
Well, Islam was kind of bad.
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan. Oh no,
no, he did a bunch of good movies.
Yeah. I thought there were some good 007s from Pierce Brosnan.
But like, you know, that was like, you know, you're still doing the same shit, but at least you tried to do a different angle. I'll give you half a star for that.
What's your favorite Bond?
Yeah, what's your favorite Bond film, bro?
Favorite one?
I liked English.
I like what was it? Die Another Day.
Die Another Day was good.
That was good. I like that.
Live and Let Die was one of Roger Moore's from the early 70s.
Octopussy, you know what I'm saying?
Wah, wah.
You know what, you fucking Jew? I swear. I'm kidding, man.
By the way, I want to give a shout out to Decline Host. He's live tweeting clips of this show online as it's going live. So he's getting people in here. So we're spreading the word of Joshua Postel.
Yeah, no, I swear, like I couldn't find anything on you, dude, on the internet. It was crazy.
Because
but like,
I purposely took all my clips down.
Why?
Someone tried to steal one of my jokes. right in front of me.
It's just one joke, so you decide to take everything down? Come
I
on,
was
dude.
like, yeah, don't risk it.
Really?
Well,
Mm-hmm.
what's your take on people stealing like roast jokes off of like
I
YouTube
don't think
roast?
anyone should steal anybody's jokes, roast or otherwise.
That's how you got. It's got to be 100% original. You can't even take like a premise from something else and just change a
You
couple
can
words.
take a premise, but whatever you do, don't do stuff that's verbatim.
Really?
You didn't hear the story about what happened to Carlos Mencia back in the day?
No. Tell me. Tell me.
I know. But you tell me.
Tell me. I'm a young kid. I don't know.
There's an actual clip of it.
I'm
can
young.
Look it up.
Okay. You know.
He's on stage in LA at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
And Ari Shaffir, Joe Rogan, and Duncan Trussell get up on stage, pull the mic out of his hand, and they pull out their phones and they're showing the room. They're scrolling through. See, he stole everybody's shit. Literally everybody's shit. And that because he was like all the way, he was going.
Who's this person?
He was going to the movie.
What's his name?
Carlos Mencia.
Oh, I heard about Kevin Brennan shitting on him a little bit, honestly.
Probably.
Yeah, I heard
Because
about
he's apparently still doing. Because apparently he's still doing a lot of stolen material.
Even to this day.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude,
go ahead.
Do you think it'd be smart, like if you could go and like, if you knew 2 languages, you could just steal some other comedian's jokes? Don't you think you could do that?
Nope.
And then translate them?
Nope.
Yiddish or something.
I bet people do that, bro. You would never do it, but I bet someone's done that before.
Josh is a good.
I've never heard of that, but no one should do that.
Josh, I got a question for you.
Hmm?
If you saw Dr. Chow and I at a bar, what would you like? Like, what would I would say, what would be like your vibe towards us? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're two young white men. Like,
okay, we could turn this into a really weird bukkake video.
What do you mean? What's that mean? I don't know.
You've never heard the term bukkake?
No, I've not. Explain that to me. Yeah, what is that?
It's Japanese porn, dude. Ask Tom. Tom Myers is used to me cracking bukkake jokes.
Tom Myers told me, he said,
deviant.
You know what Tom Myers told me before I picked you on here? He said, if you think I'm left, wait till you meet this guy. He drives me crazy. I'm like, all right, bet.
Oh, I can be. Oh, I can be, but
give me your craziest like leftist moment, man. I want to like know like when you really went off the rails, when you were like, holy shit, when you look back, you're like, you know what, maybe I should have dialed it back in a little bit.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
There was the night I got heckled by the police and ran them out of the room.
Really?
Oh,
was it ICE? What happened?
No, it was just the NYPD. There was a bunch of drunk NYPD cops came into the room at Dangerfield. It was back in 2019.
Yeah.
Oh shit! So before
and they were heckling. They were heckling everybody in the room. Every comic.
Fuck you! Yeah. Like, hey, we're the cops.
And the guy who booked me goes, dude, you're just new at this. You don't have to do the spot. I'll find a way to cover you. I was like, They're being dickheads, and they're being dickheads in Rodney Dangerfield's house. Fuck this,
dude. Fuck the fucking pigs, bro. That's what I say.
So I had some fun with it.
Yeah. How'd that go? What'd you say?
I was like, all right. Because they look at me and they go, what is this effing bag? And I go, I'm like, before we get started, boys, I'm bisexual. It's half a bag. Get your hate right. It's like updating your operating system.
I'll bet.
Phone.
Yeah.
Then what happened?
So I go, all right, so what brings you guys in? Oh, we were supposed to go to a bachelor party at the strip club up the street. I was like, so why didn't you? He goes, oh, one of our buddies didn't wear long pants. I was like, point him out to me. Guy stands up, and even with the lights, and even in the dark, you could see it was like big, kind of heavy,
super white, hillbilly shit.
Basic bitch.
Right. Basic white man.
and what was fun? And I go, All right, this is what you do. Go to PetSmart. Take him to the large breed dog aisle. Get a dog leash. Go back to the club and say he's your therapy moron. That was all I had to do. Sometimes you don't even have to get nasty. You just go, what can I use in the moment? What can I use in this moment that will just, they'll walk.
And if
that was it. I didn't have to get really nasty.
That was probably one of the best feelings too, coming up with that off like just not knowing what you're walking in doing. Freestyling that shit.
Oh, sure. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
That's crazy, bro. That they knew you were like
no, they were just being assholes and drunk and stupid. And I was like, okay, we'll work with this.
Do you ever feel like a burden as a comedian to like that you portray all comedians in a certain light? Do you feel like a kinship to comedians in that way to represent them outside of comedy clubs in a certain way?
Yeah.
Have you ever like took a comic under your wing and like showed them the ropes? You know what I'm saying?
Not really. It's hard because people will just. We tend to work together and support each other. We kind of take each other under each other's wing.
Has there been like a comic you like saw, you're like, you had your eye on? You're like, you know what? Maybe he might be worth something. And
you guys are.
No, for real though.
This is like, okay, you're turning into some weird.
No, I'm not. I want to get
serious.
I'm bi-curious, bro. I'm bi-curious. Can't you be like, you shouldn't hate on that. Don't get canceled, bro. All I'm saying all I'm saying is like, has there ever been a comic that kind of like winked at you the certain wrong way? You're like, you know what? Maybe I'll wink back.
Nah, that's never happened.
You never fell in love with a comic before?
No.
Because you know
never.
Why?
Yeah. Would you date someone from your office, from whatever job you're in? Would you?
You're right. Don't shit where you eat. I get that.
That's it.
I get it. I respect that.
Never shit where you eat.
What about like groupies for your shows?
Yeah.
Like, you ever get like a hose that
I love groupies. I've had hella groupies.
There's no such thing as comedy groupies.
Yes, there is.
I swear there is.
Not in my.
We've interviewed comics where they've had hella groupies. Come on, man. Don't lie.
Not in my experience.
No, you're lying.
It's just in New York that just never. Neither. I've talked to friends in LA. It never happens.
Do you ever do shows with chicks?
Yeah, you ever do girls, female comedians?
You
ever do shows with female comedians?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, but they don't want to hook up. But like fans, there's never like a couple like women fans or nah. Damn.
Apparently, my brother's friends like my stuff, but my brother can't stand my stuff.
Who's your brother?
He's just my older brother. You know, he's a finance guy.
Family, married,
2 kids. Yep.
Yeah.
You think you're a fucking degenerate or some shit? Well,
I
know how that shit goes.
It's just kind of more like, eh.
So hang on, this brother of yours, how much older is he than you?
He's 7 years older than I am. I'm gonna be 40, and I'm gonna be 47.
Okay, 47. So he's like 54. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's
good man.
Has he been to one of your comedy shows before?
Yeah.
Which one?
Once.
Okay. Once?
Only once.
Really? He never really supported you?
I think my family is kind of floored and terrified that I'm still doing this all these years later. Although he did say at the time, not to me, but he said to my father, like, holy shit, he really has the balls for this.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, no. Like, here's my
because I was always kind of the mild dork. If you knew me growing up, and I think his brain's more like, where'd this come from?
Right. No, like Josh, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like, we thrown any kind of innuendo we could at you, and you're standing tall, man. Like,
it takes a lot to offend. Look, it takes a lot to really offend me.
I can tell. I mean, usually with Jews, they're like, yeah. But I'm kidding. Obviously, that was another joke. But you seem like you're actually got a good head on your shoulders. You're not some tweaker, weirdo, bisexual faggot. You seem very like situated.
It's half a queen. Get it right.
Half a
Jeez.
queen. Yes, queen. I get it. Yes, queen. But my thing is just like your brother. Like, here's my thing though, man. Like, your brother might not showcase to you that he truly appreciates what you're doing in life because he's decided to settle for a 9-to-5 and have a wife who bitches at him every day.
No, she doesn't. She's cooler than. She's a lot more chill than you think.
Really?
Oh yeah, she's very chill. She's very cool.
Okay,
super chill.
So he didn't sell his life for.
Nope. Made an assumption.
I know. I shouldn't assume things.
He can be kind of tough, but
he needs that.
So can she. But I think she has a better sense of humor.
Right. Do you ever wish you would have had the life your brother has? Do you
it's the whole thing about raising kids, which I've seen some of my friends who I've known my entire life become parents, and you're just going, oh dear God, no, I am so glad I didn't have kids.
Now, this is crazy that you say that because, like, I'm not kidding to you, man. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Dr. Chow and I right here, we both have children, we both have wives. You know, we're family men. Every single fucking comment we have on here, either female or male, does not want a child, has never had a child. And I always kind of wonder that, like, what is with you guys against starting a family and continuing your gigs? Like, what is going on?
It's very
just like
hard.
You don't want to abuse them same way you were abused as a child. I don't get it.
It's a combination of you don't want to deal with the stress because having a kid's expensive. Sure. And in New York, it's eye-wateringly expensive.
Okay.
It's to be perfectly blunt, you better have a lot of money. In New York. And that's true really anywhere today. You know, one of my old buddies from college, he's a high school principal. Okay. He has 3 kids.
Yeah.
And he said to me once, if it wasn't for the fact that my wife was working in the advertising business, there'd be no way I could afford this.
Right. Kids are expensive, yeah.
And he lives on Long Island. And Long
that's
Island
my area.
Nassau County has some of the highest property taxes in the United States.
Where do you live in New York?
The Upper East.
Upper
East Side, but I have roommates.
Yeah.
New York, you have roommates.
What's you guys?
Anyone cool?
Yeah.
Everyone's pretty everyone's
chill.
Everyone's pretty chill. Because everyone does their own thing.
Yeah.
Everyone does their own thing, they lead their own lives, you know, because it's just life in the city. It's just you don't have the time for the bullshit.
Do you ever bring people home?
No. No. Hell no.
You ever travel anywhere outside of New York?
Yeah, sure. I go visit family and friends in Florida a lot.
Nice.
You're a Florida guy then, okay.
I do. I don't, people give Florida shit, but I'll be blunt. There's a certain weird charm to it because everyone cracks on New York. I'm like, yeah, but then you go to Florida and you go, oh, okay.
What do you mean? Oh, dude, what are you going to Miami? Miami's a shithole. You got to go out. You got to go to New Smyrna or something like that, bro.
No, actually, I love Miami in its own weird way.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's a lot like New York, but with palm trees, but everyone's crazier. And you don't have to deal with winter.
Yeah, there you go. So
you don't have to deal with winter.
Right. What's your best Miami story you can tell me on the streets?
Best Miami story was probably that story about
that one with your buddies and
with
shit.
My buddy. Oh, please.
You ever been in the Midwest before, man?
Other than connecting through Cincinnati, going to LA once for a wedding, no.
See,
what was that like in Ohio?
You're in an airport for like 2 hours, hoping your connecting flight doesn't get delayed because you're going, oh, if I get delayed, I'm gonna miss this wedding.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Well, here's a question for you. So Chow and I are from the Midwest. We're Midwestern
Whereabouts?
boys. He's Chow. Where are you from again? I forgot.
I'm in Twin Cities. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm St. Louis. So we're deep in the Midwestern hemisphere. What's your take on Midwestern culture and how you've seen it like evolve? Honestly,
I couldn't really speak to a lot of it because I've never really been to the Midwest.
you never been.
I have
Why don't you
friends
want
in
to
New York
come
from the
sometime?
Midwest.
We would take you in.
Yeah, I got a question. It
Go
seems
ahead.
like there's way more gay people up in like New York City than there is in like other cities in the U.S. Do you think that's true?
Nah. I think
the same?
it's just easier to be LGBTQ in New York or in a lot of big cities.
Because the blacks will kill you.
Really?
I'm kidding. Kanye West made me do it. Okay, I saw his post and I'm feeling a little bit crazy with it. It's a joke, man. Come on.
Just bizarre.
I know it's very bizarre. But anyway, go ahead. So you're continuing with your story?
No, I think it's just because larger cities, it feels safer to be gay, LGBTQ in a larger city than it would be in a smaller community in the Midwest. That's just my take on it.
Yeah, I think that is true. I mean, like, I remember they had the first gay pride in St. Louis. I remember that. It was like 2019, 2018, right before the pandemic. And I remember I brought some of my friends with me because, I like Felicio as much as the other guy, but like, and I'm not capping, like it's you can laugh all you want, Chow. Sometimes it's good. So, I brought my friends with me and we're all hanging out, and like the ungay guys were like, yo, are they trying to hit on me? What's going on? I'm like, no, dude, you're just walking by normal people. Like, you gotta like calm down. Do you ever experience that at all?
No.
It's
Really?
scary. You never experience like your straight friends being kind of weird because you're bisexual. Because I've had friends like be weird towards me because I'm bisexual.
Nope. Never happened.
See, that's the difference.
Never happened.
Damn.
My buddies were like, "Oh, okay, that's cool."
Long as you don't drug me, we're good.
What's your take on?
He goes,
no, my friends were basically like, "Okay, cool, whatever."
I know that's usually how it is, but like, I don't know. I've had friends be weird towards me, and they're like, I'm like, hey, just be normal. Don't give faces at the gays. Don't be strange, and we're gonna be good, dude. I'm trying to be as like politically correct as possible as being a bisexual man. I don't. I don't. I'm from the Midwest. You gotta give me some like. Here's the thing, Joshua. You gotta understand. St. Louis in the Midwest is a little bit behind New York.
Yeah,
so the gays from the Midwest are a little bit different from the gays in New York. So you gotta give us some like leeway. We're growing to where you guys are at, but at the same time, we're trying to educate the people around us. So you can't shit on us. Okay, you gotta be cool with it.
Oh, believe me, I'm cool with it. Relax.
He goes, believe me.
What type of what style of chicks are you into, bro?
Yes.
At this point, in terms of chicks, anyone will fuck me.
Anyone.
Because let's be brutal.
Asian.
The thing, because here's the thing, it's like one of my bits. It's like it's like dating at this point. It's like you're not gonna have threesomes at this point.
No, everyone's old.
Okay, because in your 20s, yeah, in your 30s, by the time you're in your 40s, there's just I don't care what your gender orientation, whatever. That's not happening anymore. That's just not happening.
Dirty Dalish.
And if by some fluke it was going to happen,
you do it.
No, it's
yeah, you would. You fucking bastard.
By some fluke it was going to happen, you better have a medic and a chiropractor.
You would get your dick so wet. I bet you would, bro. You would be in that shit, bro. If you were thrown.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know you would.
But here's the thing. I'm in my 40s. Statistically, it's not going to happen anymore. And if it were to happen, you better have a medic and a chiropractor standing by because somebody's going to break something.
Nah,
Put it this way. A threesome
like
in your 40s. If Vice News was going to make a documentary about it, it would be midlife crisis, 3 ways to break your dick.
How old are you?
47.
You're 47. You don't look 47. Honestly, I thought you were like 43. Honestly, with like the hair and the mustache.
47. I was going through some stuff. I looked at my birth certificate and I'm like, yeah, I'm 47. Holy shit. What the fuck? How did this happen?
Jesus. Yeah, you look good, bro.
You do look good. I'm not gonna lie. Like the only gray I see is on the edges of your mustache.
And half of that's because of the mustache wax.
All right, boys.
Do you know
waxes?
Do you know pull up that Dirty Dalish one?
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah.
You know Dirty Dalish? She's a baddie.
Yeah, like young too. I mean, here's my thing though with you, bro. What's the youngest pussy you ever been with? And I don't want you. No, I hang on there. I'm not trying to offend you because I know.
In the milk, bro.
I'm not trying to say shit. I'm not trying to say shit, dude. I don't think you're a fucking pedo. All I'm saying is, dude, come on, man. All I'm saying is, like, what's the best young pussy you've ever had? Because every man's had it, legal age.
Young pussy.
The best younger age appropriate pussy you've ever had.
28.
28. How old were you? 40?
No, I was about 36.
What happened? How'd you pull 28-year-old pussy? That's like almost a decade younger than you. How'd you do it? Comedy?
I was better looking back then. I wasn't so fat.
You're not fat. You're sexy. I love you. So
this is blubber.
I'll suck your titties anytime, man.
He's built, bro.
Blubber.
I love blubber.
But there's a lot of muscle underneath that.
Yeah, blubber's
not a lot of muscle.
You're like, no. I'll shackle to you, bro.
I'm one of those guys, like the comedians workout. 10 reps, 6-minute break, another 10 reps, 6-year break. Because you're like, you do it for a few minutes and like, yeah, I'm going home. Fuck this.
So hey, let's go back to your brother though. So your brother, here's my take on your brother. Okay, I'm just an outsider looking in. You are a very prominent comic in the circles of New York comedy to some extent, say or least, and you're doing your thing. And your brother sees he's been to one of your shows, and he's like, "Holy fuck, he's actually kind of funny." But I'm not going to say it because
Well, I also roasted him a little.
There you go. Yeah, you have to. That's your part of your bit.
That's why his friends like that.
Of course. But hang on. So you're a young Jewish lad who's not been as accepted by his family as he'd hoped, and that's a big thing I think in the Jewish community is if your parents and your family are behind you in certain things, unless you don't follow the path, and I look at you and I see you're a little bit outside. You're outside of the realm of things. You're a little bit, more cuckoo, crazy, wild. I'm gonna have stories about my life and do fun things. You know what I'm saying? You're a wild card, and every family needs a wild card. So
I think every family has one.
They do, 100%. So what I'm saying is your brother is like, oh, he's gonna make in this business. Your father's like, the Hanukkah, whatever. So what I'm saying is like, have you ever like sat down with your family? Not your family, but your mother and your father at one point recently, or just in the few years in the past, and like, hey, this is what I'm doing, and if you can't like approve of it, it's okay. But like, hey, this is me, and this is what I am.
Did have a conversation kind of like that.
Really? I knew you did. I know you did.
My mother this is before she passed away.
Sure. I'm sorry.
She was, you know, at one point I was going to just be a writer, and my mother was like, comedian? I thought I was going to get a Pulitzer Prize out of you. I was like, nah, Larry David on speed, Mom. She's like, I know, I can tell. She's like, I can tell.
You're
brilliant. Yeah.
She knew.
Larry David.
That's the thing. His brother's so much older than him. He was like a mentor to him in some ways, right? Not really.
I'm gonna take a piss.
Are you would you beef with them a little bit back in the day?
Not even that. It was because it was the age gap.
Different styles too. That's a big difference. So, yeah, man, that's great.
You know, age gap completely. We're brothers, but we're completely different. You know, like I'm pretty sure that if you had siblings with a closer age gap, they're probably going to be similar and get along. Like my nieces, they're only a couple of years apart.
Right.
So they're in a lot of ways they're very similar.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So what? Who's in the scene out there in New York? What's the hot spots these days that like everyone's going to?
You mean for comedy? The best is always the Comedy Cellar.
Yeah, still.
That's where I tell people, if you're just coming to the city to go for a night out for comedy, just go to the Cellar. It's the best night you're going to have. It's the best room. It's the best comics. It's where everyone wants to be, but problem is it takes 20 years to get there.
Just to become a performer there, right?
It takes forever.
Is that like a long-term goal?
I think anyone who's a comedian, whether they're in New York or not, you want to get there. And if you're wanting to go out west, you go to
St. Louis
Comedy Store.
Yeah. Comedy Store in LA.
In LA, yeah.
So I got a question for you. Since you're a comic, you know, you see these clips blowing up all the time about these comics. You saw that. I'm sure everyone, I think Chow, you have seen this recently on X, that one female freaking out on those hecklers and then like saying, I'm a woman, how dare you fucking do this to me. You remember? Have you guys seen that clip recently?
Yeah, it's Natalie.
Yeah, Natalie. I hit her up and she told me she wants at least $2K to come on our show. I was like, fuck. I'm like, you were a nobody. You were a nobody till that clip blew up, and now you want $2K. I'm like, fuck off, bitch.
Because everyone's a nobody until they get the clip blowing up and they get their 15 minutes of fame.
Hang on, real quick. Hang on. St. Louis, bro. Fuck you, faggot. You don't know shit about St. Louis. You're lucky I don't fucking pull up right now, bro. I'm pull like clack, 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 clack. All right. So let's go back to the show. So anyway, all I'm saying is like you see these comics, like these female comics. She was all like, you know, oh, you don't know me, blah 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 blah, feminism, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of funny, you know, whatever. The heckler kind of like got you to spill your guts, and it was kind of. And I've seen a mixed review on it. I kind of want your take on it, Josh.
I actually haven't seen the clip.
Chow, can you pull it up possibly, if possible, man? Yeah, here. Chow's gonna pull up the whole.
You really hit her up to get on the show, man?
Yeah, she wanted $2K for her manager said $2K. I was like,
she's a baddie.
She's sexy as fuck too, dude. She's got the tats. She's sexy. She looks like she hasn't showered in at least 2 weeks. Well, guys like that because you know the pussy be like good. Yeah. But it's trust me, Josh.
For sure. She's a baddie, bro. You'll want to see this. Oh shit. Some other Piazza guy.
Yeah, like, and I just want your take on this, Josh, since you haven't seen it, because it's been blowing up all over the place. The comedians. This is like a big comedian thing because comedians are either shitting on her for not doing good crowd work, or they're like, "Yes, queen, speak your truth."
She's a baddie, bro.
Yeah, she is bad.
All right, there it is.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh my god, I love it! Okay, wait, what made you want to ask him? Huh?
Why are you making it sound like we're a couple?
Oh my god, don't get scared. What? Oh, it's not that. Wow, it's not that. Wow, look at you.
Yeah.
I could leave right now.
Well, I can roast you too. You can't just roast all of us and get nothing.
Whoa! Tweak it. I think I fucked a bitch like this once.
You felt like I was saying her
I can take the
daddy.
mic if you want.
It's okay.
Watch the turn.
I will say this, like, it is such a hard time in this world right now. There are so many people that came together to be supportive and fucking amazing, and you're putting negative. No, fucking look me in the eyes. You're putting negative fucking energy out here. This is the last show of my fucking. Look me in the fucking eyes. This is the last. Look at me. Last show of my. Oh my god! I love it. Okay, wait. What made you want to ask me?
Oh shit, bro.
It goes into deeper. She's like, look at me in the fucking eyes, in my fucking eyes. I'm like,
it's Natalie Portman. Okay.
The last show of my fucking weekend is a sold out show, and you want to say mean shit to me, okay? So don't fucking do that.
okay. Yes, queen. Hey,
Hey,
Natalie.
hey.
I might have had a little more fun with it.
Josh, yay!
Guy's texting his friend. It's so cute. You can leave too. I won't be offended. LOL, what a fucking clown. I did warn you I would get kicked out. Man, she is sensitive, especially. The last show of my fucking weekend is a soul for a comedian.
There you go. That's it. What's your take on that, Josh?
I think she could have done a little more if she really wanted to get even more vicious.
Give me your hot take, man. Like, come on, that's a very.
I would have played with them and just dragged it out and then driven the knife in.
I would have played with her tits, bro.
She's not bad. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah.
How would you reprimand her for
I know
doing
who
that?
she is. I know who she is.
You know who she is?
Yeah,
You worked with her?
I've seen her around town. I've never worked with her, but I know who she is.
Can you get her on the show? For less than $2K?
Who do you know that's like kind of famous that we could get on?
Yeah. Who would you recommend to come on this show?
I don't know. There's so many good comics in New York and LA, honestly, who would do it. But these days people are starting to pull back from social media a little bit.
All right, hang on. Before we get deeper into social media, which is garbage. So you saw this female, she kind of like crashed out on this guy, heckling her back, asking for the mic.
She could have played with it a little more. She could have played with it a little more. She's not a bad comic. I've seen better female comics.
Oh, okay.
Who's better than looking than that chick, bro?
It's not about the looks. I don't care about the looks. It's
Kevin Brennan did with Sarah Silverman.
Actually, Sarah Silverman, I always kind of had a thing for her.
Baddie.
She's a baddie, bro, especially at 18. Whew.
I always thought she was in her own weird way.
Who's the hottest chick comic?
Yeah, who's the hottest chick comic you would say right now that you know of?
Amy Schumer.
That's a good comic.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Sarah Silverman's always good. Janine Garofalo.
Yeah,
she's a baddie.
Do you know who Stevie Lou is? Yeah, no one does. Not even his own wife. Anyway, so anyway.
He knows Ray, knows Chad. Who's our homie that we had on? The brother.
Oh, the
Todd
brother.
Mondesi.
Yeah.
Oh my, I know him.
He's a G, bro.
He's good.
He's real funny.
He does this thing where you send him a clip of yourself, and he feeds it into this AI thing, and you have to do a roast battle versus yourself, an AI version of yourself.
What's your take on Howard Stern becoming PC now? Because I know you probably listened to him back in the day, and now he's like all pro, like he's pro, like, oh, I can't say the N word, I'm pro, not saying
no. I think it's a good thing. I think he's done with the shock jock stuff.
Well,
He
Stuttering
done-
John, we had Stuttering John on our show. Stuttering John like reprimanded him because he's trying to be friends with the Jews. I'm not trying to be mean at you. I'm sorry. I'm being honest. That's what Stuttering John said. I'm saying verbatim. He said the
Stuttering
Jews
John
and
said shit like
celebrities.
that. Yeah.
Stern's doing the right thing, but also I think Stern's just like, I've done my shock jock days. I'm done. What's left to do?
Do you agree with the views and opinions expressed by Stuttering John?
No,
You know, so you
No.
follow Stuttering John.
I've seen his stuff. I'm like,
What do you think about Shuley covering him?
oh, you mean Shmuley Boteach, whatever that guy's name is,
Shmuel Buckman.
whatever.
Yeah. Was it called? What's the show called with over Stuttering John's called Uncle Rico?
He doesn't
Not
know
a
Uncle
fan.
Rico.
Not a fan.
What about Are You Garbage? Have you ever seen
Not a
that?
fan.
Those are
Really,
weird.
you're not a fan of that shit?
I think we've moved past, to some degree, I think it's a good thing that we've moved past just being having dumb shock jock comics.
You don't think like Opie and Anthony and Jim Norton, all those guys, they create like, dude, that show's hilarious. The
That was
Bobo,
funny
come on,
20
man.
years ago. It's not funny anymore
How's it not funny? Explain it to
because
me.
it's just recycled dumb racist crap. It's you can, here's the thing, you can cook up racist humor,
sure.
but can you do smart racist humor?
I think what's his fame?
Very few people can do it.
What's the big black guy that was on Opie and Anthony all the time that died from
Patrice O'Neill.
yeah, Patrice O'Neill. There you go.
But he was good at that.
Yeah, I think Anthony was good at that at some points in time, being a racist, right?
He was, I'd say, average racist humor.
Okay.
It's good at it. You got to admit that.
It's good, but
You laughed at. I know you laughed at it when you were younger. I know you did, bro.
We
Come
all
on.
did. We all did because they were just you couldn't really do that back then, or it was a new thing back then. I grew up when shock jocks really became a thing,
Right.
and now everybody's trying to do that stuff like Hinchcliffe, all the internet edge lords. I'm like, oh,
Well,
fuck.
Hinchcliffe sounds too gay to be a shock jock, in my opinion. He's too gay.
He's our generation. He's this generation's shock jock.
His voice is too flamboyant, I think, to be shock jock. You need like a manlier thing because then it hits harder because then you kind of believe it more because they're like, oh, it's a straight guy shitting on, racism or gay.
But again, it's like Stern not doing it anymore because he's like, I'm done with that. I did it. I opened the door for everyone else.
Yeah, he was wearing blackface. He did, he was doing all the jokes.
And now it's like, okay, what's left? What's left to do with that? You have to think of new ways to do that.
It's oversaturated now.
Yeah, it's everyone's doing that. It's like people asking me, like some of my old man's friends asking me, well, what do you think of Adam Sandler? And I'm like, Sandler was funny 20 years ago, but now he's just a fart joke from 97. I'm like,
dude, Happy Gilmore 2's coming out. Come on, I know you're gonna watch it.
It's funny, but
have you seen it?
I'm sure it's going to be funny, but I'm not going to run to go see it. I'm like,
Happy Gilmore 2, you're going to go watch instantly. I know.
Eventually, yeah, I'll get around to
eventually.
Eventually, I'll get around to it.
There you go.
But like you said, it's just oversaturated.
It is.
Yeah. It's like, what's left?
There's not much left to work with. I get it. Like,
there's really nothing left to work with. It feels like everything's been done.
Yeah, time wave zero theory. Like, that's like there's a concept where there's an idea that there's a point in time where everything that has been created, everything will be created, has been created. So then there's no new novelty or originality.
It's like there's no originality anymore. Yeah. There really isn't. Because I'll tell you, there's a producer here in New York who goes, whatever you're trying to do, don't do it. Try being more like that. So somebody once said to her, oh, so you just basically want us to copy other people.
Yeah.
And she had no response.
Like that female we just watched. I've seen women crash out all the time when they get called out on stage.
She's a baddie.
That's the only thing that's working for her. She's bad. She's sexy. So they're reposting. If she was some fat bitch, it'd be like, oh, like Ye said, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just very kind of sad to see. Here's my thing though, man. And Josh, this is why I'm glad you came on, because you're a true comic. You're struggling. You're living day by day. I can tell. You're living with roommates, and like you see a chick who's crashing out in front of a stage because they're heckling her, which is what happens all the time, every day of the month, right?
That was a gay guy who was heckling her. So
Yeah, he's a gay guy. So it's like, okay, now
kinda
what? You
racist,
can't, he's not MAGA,
Yeah.
Dude, there's always a way to shut down a heckler. She just didn't work with it and take it. That was just
but females always get this attention. It kind of pisses me off. Like all these female comics, they aren't funny. I'm not. Besides Sarah Silverman, give me the last time a female comic was hilarious to the point where like, holy shit, dude, she's the next coming of Eddie Murphy. Give me one.
Wanda Sykes.
Wanda Sykes, are you fucking for real?
I thought she was.
That was a co-get. Wanda's. Oh my god.
I actually thought she was pretty good.
She was funny, but she's not no fucking Eddie Murphy, bro.
Dude, no one's gonna be Eddie Murphy.
Dude, I got a lot of people who are like Eddie Murphy.
No one's gonna be Eddie Murphy.
Dude, there's a lot of people.
No one's gonna be Eddie Murphy anymore.
Okay, you're right.
There's always
men are
asking who's the next Chris Rock. I'm like, there is no next Chris.
No,
Rock.
there's not. He got
Chris
slapped
Rock
by Will
is Chris Rock.
Yeah, but
Eddie Murphy's Eddie Murphy.
But men are funnier than women generally. Am I right or am I wrong?
Nah, not. I've seen plenty of female comics who are funny.
Funnier,
plenty of
overall.
And I've seen plenty of male comics where you're just like, wait, what?
Is it generally women are funnier than men or men are funnier than women? Answer that first.
It's 50-50. It's a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot.
What about when it comes to like male to female trans or female to male trans? Which one?
Yeah. Answer that one for us, sir.
There aren't that many trans comics.
Really?
What?
There aren't.
Okay, name me one trans comic. Name me one trans comic.
There's a few I've heard of. There's like Dana Friedman. There's one. She's in New York, but they're not very well known outside of New York or LA.
You think that'd be huge right now?
I would
like being trans is the best right now.
Nah, I think there just aren't that many trans comics because a lot of trans people don't feel comfortable putting themselves out there like that.
I get that
right now
because people are evil. Honestly,
people suck.
I've been told, they're gonna rape my children and they're gonna kill my family. It's just not because of my Nazi idolization.
You gotta love the stereotypes. It's like, oh my god, the ignorance of people out there it's scary.
Most keyboard warriors always want to rape your family because they're fucking, they're losers.
Because they're keyboard warriors. That's why they're.
I get that, but let's go back to what I'm saying though. So, female comics and male comics are 50-50, correct? Like you said.
Show.
Okay. As a man in a 50-50 world in comedy, how do you see yourself like pushing past like this female who just crashes out and she gets 1 million views because she crashes out? Like, what can you do to get that same type of viewership? Because if you crash out, you're just another fucking loser dude. Do you have to suck a dick on stage? I don't get it. Like Bob Levy eat cream pie. What did he do? I don't forget what, you know what I'm saying? Like
eat blue cheese out of a
girl's asshole. Like my thing is like, dude, like what do you have to do to fucking like become viral? Because I don't get at this point because
it's almost impossible.
Because women can just crash out and say, "Oh, ooga, ooga, booga. Oh, how dare you say how dare you shit on me?"
It's almost impossible to go viral.
The guy says, "Ooga, booga, dooga. Hey, don't hurt my feelings." They're a fag, and no one acknowledges them. But when a female does, it's like, "Oh my god, look at her, pro women, pro shit." Now. What's up?
It's almost impossible to go viral unless you do something to yourself.
So you think she did something to herself?
No. I mean, like, I think the next person to go viral will be someone who will just lose it on stage, drop their pants, and shove the mic up their butt.
I mean, that's already been done. That's been done, actually. If you look at,
I heard a story that somebody did that at an open mic, and I was just like, Ew, did someone at least bring wipes?
That happened at the Chili show. I forgot who got their ass, the mic shoved in their ass. Remember that, Chow? Like a few years ago.
Actually, I do. Yeah.
You remember that, don't you? I
Yeah.
forgot. Like
it was
Bob Lee
Ray.
had a, yeah, it was Ray DeVito. I think you said that.
It's like you
Mic up
said,
his ass.
everything's been done. How do you go viral now?
Right. So like
It's almost impossible.
so you need to go obviously as a comic, the best, and I see it on clips all the time, the best way to go viral is like off of just off-cut shit. Have you been planning a way to like go viral? Like you can talk to us first.
You really
I'm not gonna expose shit because
you're
also there's not a lot of people.
You're gonna say I'm nuts.
Sure.
I'm
How would
not
you plan?
concerned with going viral. I'm not.
You're not gonna?
I'm not concerned with going viral or not.
Why? Don't you want to make money?
Because going viral is not necessarily the same as being good.
Would
Like
you rather
her.
be like really rich from like comedy, or would you rather like be known as like one of the goats?
I'd rather be known as a goat than rich from comedy.
That's how we know that you got like a heart
You're
for
one.
it, bro.
Because I don't want to hear about people doing stupid shit for the algorithm or doing dumb shit just to get noticed. I'm like, that's how you know you have that person has a shelf life of about 10 minutes.
You know,
Long game.
how do you feel about that though when you see in the comedy scene? You see this fucking female crashing out on male, gay.
I've seen plenty of people.
Does it kind of anger you?
Male
You see her
crap.
getting, her manager's asking for $2,000 for an interview. You see like multiple.
I think most comics with managers are overrated.
Okay.
But I also think that people who are obsessed with going viral,
Yeah.
long term aren't going to make it in this business.
Really? Okay.
Because if you're more obsessed with the algorithm and getting noticed and getting likes, doesn't mean you're any good.
But you have to try a little bit, right? I mean,
No.
you gotta post like your stats.
Nope.
I've not seen one of your sets posted online. I'm not kidding. I've seen pictures. I've never seen a video of you being comedy.
There's a reason. I don't
Really?
There's a reason. I
So-
don't give a shit.
So that is,
about getting noticed like that. That's just what does it do?
I mean,
It doesn't
you get booked
necessarily
for
help me
Netflix
get booked
special.
any more than I already do.
He's waiting until he's like really ready to like make his imprint on the internet.
It's been 8 years. What are we doing?
Yeah, but you gotta do like
I-
15 years to get good.
That is true. I heard that. Yeah, I've heard that.
You really need to work at it. And somebody said there was 2 articles in the New York Times about this, about people obsessing over crowd work rather than writing.
Yeah. Mhm.
And the other was about people obsessing with going viral
Yeah.
and putting content out than actually being good. And there are people who are just saying, you know what? Fuck the internet for now. Let me work my craft. Let me get good.
Have you been working on your craft?
Oh, yeah.
So, okay. So you've been working on your craft. Give me something.
Trying to think what's a good one that would be not over the top.
No, be over the top just to say the N word. That's all I ask.
Oh, boy.
Come on.
Oh, boy.
You can say it, but you gotta say it with the A.
Yeah. You gotta say it with the A, not the R.
Nope.
Well, YouTube is cool. When you say nigga, it's cool with the YouTube.
Nope, I never
Say
use that word.
Nig,
Nope.
it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
you
wait a
can't
minute
just say
here.
it.
Yeah, but you don't like it.
But you know,
Nope.
like, some uneasy, yo.
Yo,
Nope.
yeah. Yee. I'm kidding, man. Chill. Chill, bro. Chill.
There was
Don't cancel, Josh. Please don't mention this because I don't want to get canceled, bro. I'm just starting out. I don't want to leave. I have a daughter to feed, bro. Think about that, all right? I'm raising her to be a racist just like me, so please don't. I'm kidding.
No, there's a joke I've done.
Go ahead.
Goes, yeah, I'm on the train. This guy comes up,
He's a
crazy guy
Muslim.
comes in screaming. And I made the classic mistake of making eye contact with the guy.
Of course.
And he goes, I'm Jesus. And I'm like, and me being annoyed at
And Jewish.
1:30 in the morning, I go, dude, I know you're not Jesus.
We killed
One,
you.
you're bald. Jesus had long hair. 2, you're a white guy. Jesus was a brown guy from the ancient Middle East.
Right.
The only way he was white was maybe like the last hour and a half.
I kind of noticed that
Oh,
a lot of people say like Jesus is like a white man. I'm like, no, he wasn't. He was born in like he was a Jew. He was a Jew from the
Yeah,
Middle
but
East.
he could have been like a white guy just chilling down there when he was born.
Nope. It was the
Why don't
Middle
you
East,
think so?
baby. It was the Middle
Middle
East.
East
He was
dummy.
a
There's
brown
tons
dude.
of white people in the Middle East, bro.
Northern Middle East. Northern. A lot of
North.
Northerners are white, correct? I mean, you're white, right, Josh?
White-ish.
Nah, dude, you look whiter than
He's
I
a
do.
little, he's a little Mexican.
I do. You have a little bit of like stuttering John in you. I kind of see it. Now. Are you Mexican a little bit? Do you have a little
Nope.
bit Latino?
Nope.
He's a little
I checked.
Mexican.
You're Italian?
Not even that. East European, Polish, Russian, Ukrainian.
Jew.
Yeah, hairball.
No,
No
wait.
Asian.
No,
Not
Asian?
even a little. Not a little Asian.
Nope. Hairball.
Damn.
What's your take on the Ukrainian-Russian war, man? Because you seem like you're Polish, you're Ukrainian, you're Russian, like you're all over the place. So it must be like going for both sides.
No, I just fuck the Russians.
He's team
Fuck the
Ukraine.
Russians.
Your team Nazi.
They're both disgusting. How do you like that?
Yeah,
I agree with that.
They're both disgusting.
Murr is a warmonger. I'm not a warmonger. All I'm saying is this guy is supporting the Ukrainian when they have verified Nazi battalions fighting the Russians.
Because the Ukrainians have Nazi battalions. The Russians are just fucking disgusting. They're both shit.
Yeah, the Nazis call them cockroaches. I get it, man.
They're both shit. They're both shit.
I mean, we're American though. Like we own either of one of them, so it's just like at this point. Like, hey, I got a question for you, real quick, Josh, because you seem like a level-headed person. Not because you're bi, but because you're a comic. So, my question to you is this: what is your take on us like taking over the Panama Canal in Greenland? Like, I know you've seen it. None of it's happening. Come on, dude.
None of it's gonna happen. None of it's gonna happen.
Not at all.
Nope.
All right, who would you rather bang?
Yeah.
Lauren Boebert or AOC?
Yeah, boy. Come on, man.
My vacuum cleaner.
What? They're both baddies.
They both suck.
AOC?
Come on.
Baddie, bro.
She's the future of the Democratic Party, I've heard.
Maybe, and I'm like, because you're a politician. Leave me alone.
Who would you vote for in 2028?
Shady Vance, the Jew.
No. Wouldn't vote for a Republican.
Who are you going to vote for then?
A Democrat.
Whoever the hell the Democrats run.
So you only vote
What if-
Democrat?
What if Trump switches
For the
to
last
Democrat?
for the last God knows how many years, yeah. Because the Republicans are freaking lunatics.
What
I
if,
agree with that. Yeah.
What if Trump changes to Democrat and then he runs
Not
again,
happening.
gets elected, and then he can have 2 more? He can have 8 more
Wouldn't happen.
years.
I
Not
got-
gonna
so.
happen.
I got a question for Josh real quick. And this is an honest question because because Tom Myers told me, he said, if you think I'm a crazy leftist, wait till you meet Josh. And I was like, all
I
right,
can
bet.
be, yeah.
I was like, all right, bet. All right. Because me, I'm like, what's his face? What's that dude's name that told her that what's his name? You mentioned him. You liked him.
I like him.
No. Josh did, the old man who does his podcast in his
Biden.
basement. No.
No. Oh, Mark Maron. Mark Maron.
No. He has a talk show, but he does his podcast in the basement. He has a lot of people over. He was smoking
Bill Maher.
Bill Maher. Yeah, I'm like Bill Maher. I agree with abortion. Like, dude, if you want to kill your baby, kill it. I don't give a fuck. Like,
Look, I've said before on one of my other jokes, like, look, we're way beyond saving the world with congestion pricing and bag fees. At this point, work on your pullout game.
Yes,
You know,
yeah,
finish on the
exactly.
wall.
Like, dude,
Because
like,
as I've said before,
go ahead.
not every late night bukkake stain needs a name.
Damn straight, sir. I get it. So my question is just like to you is just like so you see fuck, what was it? Oh, god damn it, you kind of distracted me with this. Go ahead, go
he
ahead.
distracted
I'll
me
think
too.
about it.
I want to ask, like, you've actually done a bukkake before, haven't you?
I've seen them
in person.
You've seen them?
I've seen them. Have you just Google bukkake porn?
No, you've seen it though.
I've seen those videos.
You've been to them, bro.
No, yeah, you have.
Comics in New York aren't that adventurous.
Oh, as you look at us.
There's a bunch of that type of shit in New York, bro.
We talking your comics is a lot of shit, bro.
In New York, most comics don't have the money for that shit.
For doing bukkakes, don't you just have to beat off?
You have no idea what the hell a bukkake porn video is, dude.
Tell us.
It's a weird Japanese porn genre where basically it's like 10 guys beating off on top of a girl.
That's hot.
Nice.
And she's basically
drowning in their dude. Why are you being so PC? Come on, man.
Why do you think it costs so much money to do that? Why do you need a bag to do that, bro?
Yeah.
Doesn't cost
you don't need a bag to do it. You just beat off in the toilet if you want.
No, I'm saying, like, why do you think it'd be like so expensive to do in New York City? It's just like
because no one's gonna do it.
No chicks.
Everyone in New York's just, how should I put this? People in New York just aren't gonna do a lot of the crazy shit you think we're gonna do.
I remember
because we can't afford it.
I remember now. I was going to ask you. Holy fuck! I remember now. So New York,
all that stuff. It's amazing. Everybody thinks we do all this shit like we do in the movie.
Debauchery.
We don't. We don't.
Nagora. What was it called?
You
the
should.
cities God destroyed. What was it called? The two cities God destroyed in the ancient Bible.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah. It's not like that, right?
Not even close. We're too broke to be like that.
Yeah.
We're too broke to be like that.
So I want to kind of like dig into you a little bit more about like this political stuff in New York because you live it, and this is something crazy to me because like I always kind of wonder this. I always wanted someone on my podcast who like lived in this moment. I have too many white people telling me things and they're garbage about it because they don't know what's going on, and you know what's going on.
Yeah.
So, what is your take on like Mayor Eric Adams? Honestly,
he's a joke.
How? Oh, no, wait, hang on. Now, hang on a second here before you say he's a joke. Was he a joke before he got indicted by the government and he's looking for a pardon, or was he a joke now because he wants? He was
always known as a joke. He was always known as a joke in New York.
He was a police officer. He's like doing black, like we're putting black people in power, everything like that. Is he a joke for that?
He was still known as kind of a corrupt, skeezy, 2-bit joke. He always was.
Not like your guys' last mayor who righted the city, right? What was his name? Giuliani? I forgot his name.
No. Actually, Bloomberg did a better job than Giuliani.
Rudy, really better than Rudy. I thought Rudy was great though. Honestly,
Rudy was the other guy.
Cuomo was garbage. But
here's a little.
I heard Rudy was good though. Don't lie. Rudy was good.
I'm going to tell you a little dirty secret.
Go ahead.
Most people in New York, fucking hated Rudy. 2, the fire department will never forgive him for trying to run on the coattails of the guys who died on 9/11, because his administration screwed over the FDNY on upgrading their radios.
The day before.
And that's the reason 300 guys died on 9/11 and only 20 some odd cops died because the police had better radios.
No shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
I didn't know that for real. Like Rudy is actually a piece of shit for that.
Oh yeah.
And then you try
the FDNY pretty much torpedoed his attempt to run for president back in 2008. They said his whole career, his whole career, the whole image was basically just a noun, a verb, and 9/11.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
By the time before 9/11 happened, Rudy was already being skewered. He was, it's real, kiddo. Hate to break it to you. He was being skewered. He was going through a messy divorce, and people were done with his shit. People were just done with it.
Yeah, I get that.
People were just done with him.
Fuck.
Okay. If anything, Bloomberg did a better job of cleaning up New York than he did.
I mean, really?
Because Bloomberg didn't give a damn about the whole. Bloomberg basically was able to buy the election. He didn't care.
Didn't give a
It was this
fuck.
jabroni. This guy lives in New York, guys. Like,
You guys, this is a real New York comic.
yeah, like he
So,
knows,
show
and
some
he's like at
respect.
least 47, so he lived through Giovanni.
I believe me.
What's his name?
We lived through Giuliani.
Giovanni.
I remember the late 80s when New York was really bad.
I've heard that. Like everyone's like, "Oh, New York was like there's burning piles of shit before Giuliani took over, and then they kind of cleaned up a little bit, and then Bloomberg took over."
Bloomberg finished a lot of what Giuliani started, and probably did it better.
Giuliani like gave like the ground like stepping area, like the ground stones to like create a better New York. He did. Come on, you can't show him completely. He did do things that was good for New York.
Combination of factors. People say he wasn't that great. He was okay. Bloomberg did a better job.
No, Bloomberg did a better job, but Giuliani, I was saying,
he laid some of the ground.
He actually gave a fuck about New York to the point where he could lay the groundwork for people to take over for him, because shit ain't gonna get done in just one term or whatever term you have.
Yeah,
like,
you're only allowed 2 terms.
Exactly. So like, I get it. Like that's why people are trying to say. That's what I don't like about Giuliani. They're like, "Oh, he saved New York." Like, yeah, there's probably more to him.
There's more to that story. There's a lot more to that story. Some of the stuff that everyone credits him with doing, some of that policing techniques started under his predecessor.
Right. I've seen
people hated Dinkins. I remember people hated Dinkins because of all the incompetence, and there was a lot of that.
Right.
But Dinkins brought in people at the very end of his administration that got the ball rolling on it. Rudy took a lot of credit for it.
So what's your take on right now with Eric Adams and the ICE moving in and grabbing people? What's your take on that?
Adams is gunning for a pardon. He'll probably get it.
Yeah, he will.
He'll get it.
We hope.
He'll get it.
He's a black man, dude. You don't want to see another black man in jail.
Yeah, he's a black guy.
It's not that. No, all jokes aside.
All jokes aside,
he'll get the pardon. I
hope so.
And what'll end up happening is he'll probably run as a Republican.
Fuck yeah, he was a Republican at one point.
No, he was. And then
he was. Don't lie.
Yeah, that's true. He was. But the reason for that is simple. There's basically no Republican Party left in the city.
Yeah, I mean,
it's pretty much over.
It's pretty much dead.
You think that if he became the head of the Republicans, then they'd win?
He's going to probably be running against Andrew Cuomo.
Andrew Cuomo.
Oh, shit.
Andrew Cuomo.
He's making his comeback.
Do you like Andrew Cuomo? Dude, he killed a lot of old people. I remember that.
Yeah.
Look, we all gave him heat because apparently back in the day, when he was in college, he thought it was funny and went to an open mic and bombed so badly.
Like Ray level?
Like Ray DeVito level?
No, he bombed badly.
Damn,
bro. Badly. Normally, we'll take a comic off at an open mic if you're just bombing so badly. It's horrible.
Trump is by far the best comedian of all the politicians.
It's hilarious.
I'll give you that. He can be hilarious. He's fucking awful, but
he's a genius.
You watch him and you go, you have to understand one thing about him. It's all in his mind. A reality TV show.
Are you against him?
I can't stand him.
Even though he
Still can't
supports
stand him.
he supports the Israeli state. Are you against that?
Most Jews can't stand him. Look up the
What?
data. Most Jews cannot stand him.
Most Jews with money support him.
He's
though.
rich.
A lot
bro.
of Jews with money, quote unquote, don't
So
like him
why
either.
are you?
Because
I mean-
he's fucking dangerous for the country.
He had $200 million, pushed
From
by the
what?
Israeli state of Israel. I don't
Hold
get
on, guys. He doesn't really give a shit about the Israelis.
I mean, what do you mean? We're gonna.
He doesn't give a shit about the Israelis.
What about Gaza Strip? Didn't they just say he's going to give it back to the people of the area? That's the Israels. This is the Jews.
He's not going to do shit.
Oh shit.
He's not going to do shit.
At all.
Understand it. Because the Arab world will explode if he tries.
The Arab world?
What if
Meaning
he
all those countries around Israel will tank. It would be like the Iranian Revolution in 1979 times 1,000.
What's your take on?
Talk to anybody who's read the real geopolitics of that region.
What's your take on the state of Israel? Honestly,
they have a right to exist.
Yeah, of course.
There's a connection to that land
since the 1940s. Yes.
From before that. Sorry, guys, hate to break it to you.
What do you mean?
Go dig up archaeological evidence.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you guys have been there for thousands of years. Yes,
Hold on. But that doesn't mean they're above criticism.
Sure.
That doesn't mean I can't call out bad policy when I see it.
Right.
And I will call out fellow Jews who
support
the Israel can do no wrong crowd. No.
Do you support the genocide in Gaza?
Nobody with a brain supports that.
Really? So you do not support that shit?
I have a buddy in New York who did a great joke. He's a former Israeli soldier.
IDF, yeah.
Yeah, and he did a joke about Jewish mothers, but the punchline was, we don't respect we're Jews. We don't respect boundaries.
Right. Adolf Hitler was a Jew. Yeah.
Yeah.
His mother was a Jew. Come on.
Stop,
his mother was a Jew.
Seriously, that one, no, stop. Stop, boys.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
professional. Yeah.
Stop.
All right.
Be professional.
I'm sorry. It was funny.
Stop.
I've heard it somewhere that Hitler was a Jew.
Stop, or I'm gonna fucking roast Tom.
Who's Tom?
Oh shit!
Who's
Not
Tom?
Myers, bro. It's homie.
No, Myers. No, don't do
you
Tom Myers. Don't do Tom like that, bro. Tom would like it. He loves this type of shit.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah,
Tough times.
these most Jews don't support this. It's
Really?
a very small percentage of the Jewish people.
Hey, can you get down to AC by tomorrow?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Atlantic City?
Once.
Is it a debauchery place or is it kind of nice?
It's a dump. It's a dump.
It's good for comedy, right?
Not even. Not really.
Bit. Not really.
It's a dump.
Yeah.
Dude, I have friends who live near Atlantic City. They're like, it's a dump. I was like, yeah, I know. It's a dump.
I've heard that before. Like Kevin, you know who Kevin Brennan is, right?
Yeah.
So Kevin Brennan knows us very well. I've been on his show. Chad's been on his show. He hates Ray DeVito. He sucks up to Chad Zumock a lot. And it's just like kind of disturbing to me. He shits on the Jews all the time, even though he raped a several women as, she was like 17 kind of. And he was like 30 something. And I will say it's not rape, but it's something that's like she doesn't know what's going on because she's very young. I'll leave it at that. Anyway, so it's just like, I don't know. You see this white Irish man, and I'm not even white, dude. You can look at me if I'm not white. Dr. Chad's not even white either. He's Indian, and I'm he's Native American, and I'm Peruvian, and you're Jewish, so we're all good here. So we can say the things we're saying.
I'm a Jewish version of Chewbacca.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is just like you see these white people raping Jews. I'm kidding.
Somebody's smoking crank tonight.
I'm kidding, man. All I'm saying is you see these comedians shit on like AC and whatnot, but then you see Kevin Brennan, who's a known Jew hater. And it's just like, dude, AC's not that bad. It's just a little bit down in its dumps. You know, there hasn't been as much things as before. And it's just like, you know, AC isn't that bad, right? Like, I mean, yes, there's a hooker here and there, and I'm sure there's some spilled
Not
drinks.
even that. It's a dump, dude. It's like really depressing.
What's a dump mean? Explain that to me. Like
There's
Hollywood
it's
now?
it's run down. There's nothing there but a bunch of sort of outdated casino hotels
From the 90s.
and it's just really you can tell it's past its prime.
That's sad.
You can really tell. They've tried to bring it back. It just can't.
Man,
It just
that's real
can't. It
sad.
sucks.
You think that'll ever happen to NYC?
Nah, New York will have it's gone through it's gone through down cycles and it's come back. It always does. Because New York is New York.
Oh, gee.
So, real quick, I just want to ask you a question, okay? Has there really been ice raids, or is that kind of just like media? Like they're just doing media moments and then they're just gone?
I think it's like when everyone was screaming about there being migrants on every corner. There weren't.
Right.
There really weren't. There was a story on one of the local news channels today. I didn't catch it entirely, but I saw it pop up in the news app on my phone that apparently a place in Jersey City that supposedly was raided by ICE wasn't. And there have been stories of people who are running around, parading around as ICE, fucking with people.
I saw that. Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
Have you seen any like illegals like try to become comedians in New York? Not at all.
It's all a bunch of
white people, Italians,
dumbasses from the city, or people who come to the city itching to make it as comics.
All right, so here's a question for you. I don't want to draw you on because I know you're tired and I know you got a lot of stuff going on in life. So my question is this. You gotta stop flirting with me. Anyway,
messing with you,
dude. I said this from the beginning of the show. Like, dude, I said this from the beginning of the show. You act like you don't know what you're doing, but you're low key like turning on a certain aspect of people. When you like kind of do those cutie faces with the duck lips and the mouth and the tongue, while you're like looking at your beard hair, it will draw a certain crowd of men to you.
Yeah, hairballs.
Of me.
Bears.
We're
hairballs.
Bears?
That's what in the LGBTQ community, bears are just hairy.
What is your take on the community, by the way? Like now, because like hang on, before you answer anything, I have a cousin who's gay, right? He was in the military. He's a fag. He loves dick. He loves dick, big time.
Only gay, right?
Only gay. No, for real, only gay. He's only been with men all his life since a very young age, and he always dressed up as a woman since he was a little kid, which is not normal. Excuse me. But he's a fag, and he said to me, I hate gays nowadays. And I was like, why? And he said, because they try to go with like, and they try to act like women when they should just be men, because we're men. And if they want to act like fags,
some gays are effeminate. It's just
but like he told me that like gays who do that shit are trying to like predicate and trying to like, feed into the movement more than actually be who they are, because they actually don't like, you're not born or you're not talking like, hi, bye. You're like, hey, what's up? That's how men talk. And they always do.
Look,
so who's wrong, you or the gays?
Guys I know
who is wrong? The gay men?
There are some straight guys I know who, if you didn't know they were straight, act very effeminately. And there are some gay guys I know who are about as macho as you can imagine.
Okay, those gay men who are straight that you talk about, do they get cucked or are they bitches to their women? Tell me that.
They're just bitchy.
Do they allow their women to some TikToks and reels about how they're not doing shit right in their relationships? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, are they fags?
I think I think they're just some men who just, for whatever reason, act effeminately. I don't know why.
Why can't gay guys just act like real dudes?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
because gay
my
guys,
cousin asked that.
Because hot news
Me.
flash, some gay guys are very effeminate.
Not
are.
like they weren't like that back in the day though. They're now more
Sure they
modern. No,
Sure they
not
were.
to the extent.
Oh,
No,
boys.
sir. No,
I can tell you from fucking experience, boys.
Not without Jewish influence, okay? So let's.
Oh God, I love the cheap shot anti-Semitism, which is just going in my act, which is just making me want to shit on the Midwest more and fly out there and do it to your faces because it's fun. But I can tell you there are some gay guys I've met over the years who even as a kid you figured out, boom, okay, gay guy.
What?
Yeah, no, for sure.
That I met as a kid, family friends who you figured out, oh, yeah, they're gay, and you knew it even when you were a kid.
Why do you think it's because like there's no manosphere for like no gay guys in the manosphere?
What manosphere are you freaking talking about?
The manosphere, like Rogan and
some
like
kind of weird alt garbage.
Milo Yiannopoulos. That's a big one right there. You know Milo, right?
That piece of trash.
He's not a piece of shit. Come on, he's a fag. You can't say that.
Nice guy.
He's still a piece of shit.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
How?
No, he's gay.
He can be gay and a piece of shit.
No, yeah.
Yes, you can.
How? What about him as a piece of shit? Milo's actually tough. I don't know how you don't like Milo.
Because he's a fucking gay Nazi.
You
can be a gay Nazi piece of shit. He is an alt cracker gay Nazi piece of shit.
Alt cracker.
Fuck him.
Hey, you can't say cracker on here.
Here's the side of me that Tom warned you about.
So you don't like crackers? Is that what I'm getting? You don't like white people? You can say cracker, but you can't say the N word.
I just call these people that because it's just fun to shit on them.
Yeah.
It's just fun to shit on them.
I mean, Milo said he was raped by multiple people, and he said it's okay to be with children. I was like, dude, you're a little off base.
It's not okay to be with children. It's also not okay to be a complete You
can't be completely.
What's the term I'm looking for? Oh yeah, piece of shit. Just standard racist piece of shit, lunatic.
Do you think he was faking being gay? Do you think he was faking being gay?
No, I don't think he's faking being gay. I think he's just a piece of shit.
Is he with the women? Was he with a girl now though? He was like, "Oh, I was like so gay to the point where I became straight."
Since I don't follow pieces of shit like Milo, I don't really fucking care.
Yeah, I don't either. So
no. I just remember Milo from like the Kanye days when they were all together and shit with Nick Fuentes and all that shit.
And that's also a bunch I could fucking care less about.
You don't like the Groypers?
No, I don't like the Groypers. It's called standards. Vacuum cleaners rate higher than garbage like that. Sorry.
This is my problem with Nick Fuentes, bro. Because I'm a white supremacist through and through.
My problem with dumbasses like Nick Fuentes is? My problem is they just fucking exist.
I mean, that's free speech, though, right? We want
you can have free speech, but I can shit on you for being an asshole. Saying it cuts both ways. Live with it.
No, I agree with that. Like, you can cut through both ways, and I think you can, Josh, because I think you believe in certain things and values, and you're not afraid to say it, and you say those things.
I'm a fucking loud liberal piece of shit.
I love it though. You need people like that though. Like you need the Nazis, you need the far right.
You really don't need the Nazis. You really don't need them.
You
really don't need the Nazis.
Yes, you do. You know why?
No, you don't. You
know why you need the Nazis? Because normal people like Chow can look at them and decide, you know what, they're a little too far right for me. I'll just stick to hating gays. So
basically, you two are just a bunch of Nazi wannabes,
right, Chow?
Not me. No, I don't have a problem with the gays, bro.
Yeah, dude, Chow is crazy, bro. I
only brought that up. I completely brought that up at the beginning because Gino. I thought you might know Gino.
Him in, bro. I gotta reel him in every single time, Josh. It's crazy.
No, because Gino, recently, his chick, Keanu, you know Keanu Thompson? She's a comedian in New York City.
No, I don't know.
So she's beefing with this other chick online, Melanie Mack, who calls everyone the calls men fags all the time, and they got into a big beef online about it. And
I'm gonna take a piss.
Gino was actually back in the LGBTQ plus movement, which is very unlike him to do because he's
Again, I don't know.
yeah. That's the only reason I brought it up off the rip, because it was kind
Look,
of
just because
topical.
I'm a comic in New York doesn't mean I know everybody in New York. It's just not possible.
No, totally. I get that. I know he just did Dangerfields, and he's a homie of ours, so he's been on the show. That's why it kind of came up. But what you got any big shows you're looking forward to?
Actually, I'm
coming up?
taking a break to work on the podcast project with Tom Myers and some other friends.
Nice. So when you're working with Tom, I know Tom does his show that's political based, Against the World, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're recurring on that.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, I don't really mess with politics stuff, to be honest. So like, I'm not gonna say like I get in with it, but it's cyclical. You know, sometimes it picks up a lot more at certain times of the year, but and in the
I
cycle.
think
But
there's a couple of guys who run a show called History Hyenas, I think.
yeah.
But they stopped it after Trump's first term because they figured, okay, it's over, going back to some normality. And then when Trump got reelected, they brought the podcast back.
Okay. Yeah, I guess like well, I mean that's the thing with comedy now. Like, if you want to be a stand-up, you almost have to have a podcast, and you almost have to have different avenues to get out, not just to get your name out there, but just for creative outlets, because everything's online now, whether you like it or not. You know,
It's something that a lot of people quietly hate.
Why?
Yeah.
Because we'd rather work on our craft than constantly have to
Then have some
speak this
fag just
bullshit.
come out of nowhere and just say, "Hey, I'm gay. Roast me." I mean, I'm not kidding though. That shit happens, dude, all the time. Like,
you get constant shit.
and that's what I hate about the movement, dude. Like, I see so many, like, I don't want to be derogatory here. So many people of circumstances use their personality traits to the point where they take advantage of it. Like, it's like if I say, "Hey, I'm gay, so I should get a certain thing because I'm gay," and it works.
Should.
Like,
Some
that
places
angers
you
me
should.
because the actually gay guy who's a funny comedian doesn't get the same recognition as you do because you decided to use that.
Because unfortunately the industry today is trending to a place where they want the stereotype because they want certain stereotypes to put on a TV special or to get a TV deal for a show.
Right.
People tell me to play up the bisexual stuff, and I do. But then one of the guys who was always booking me at the comic strips, like, "You're overdoing it. Other shit."
Yeah.
No, I have not hung with Kumia. I know some people who do. I just never have hung with him.
He's a racist.
Yeah, we know that.
I know. Yeah, I've seen him.
Yeah, there's got to be a fine line about the gayness, because like, yeah,
it's not about a fine line. The industry itself wants
gays.
No, it wants.
No.
It wants a stereotype of this thing and that thing and the other thing. And what do you do when you're just a good comic? It's hard.
All right, so Ray is the one who always says like it's hard for a middle-aged white man in stand-up comedy to make it.
Someone said, "Well, you're bisexual and Jewish. Doesn't that help?" I'm like, the Jewish thing, not really. A lot of Jewish.
Because you're white.
Somebody said
in New York.
As somebody said to me, "You're Jewish from New York. You're not Billy Crystal. It's not 1972."
Yeah.
There's so many of us now. And the gay stuff, there's a lot of good LGBTQ.
It does a lot.
And there's a lot of that. There's a lot of them out there too now. It's become very tough. And like I said, also the other problem is the media today wants, if you're going to go all the way, so to speak, they want
Yeah.
They want a stereotype. They don't want
The real deal.
the real deal.
Can you reel it in though to like create that stereotype for them?
It's hard because
You almost have to be an actor.
Yeah.
you almost have to be a very good actor.
I've seen it though all the time, man. Like I've seen like certain like Amy Schumer and all these other people, they are able to reel it in. Kevin Brennan, they're able to reel
Because
it in.
because they have acting credits.
Well, here's a question. So Ray says the white whale of all white whales in entertainment is if you're a gay Asian. And I thought about it and I was like, I don't really know if there's any Asian people who are gay.
Gilbert Gottfried's not gay. Yeah, he's Asian, so
No, Gilbert Gottfried is
he's
Gilbert
straight. He's straight. He's straight.
Was just loud.
Yeah,
Is
he
he
was the
Asian?
parrot from Aladdin. He's
Loud.
tough.
He was
yeah,
just
he is
loud.
Asian. Well, he's like the exception, but he wasn't gay. He was Asian,
No,
but
he was straight. He was straight. He had kids.
okay.
He was just
Oh.
he was just loud.
Yeah. But now I'm thinking there's no gay Asians in comedy
Bobby Lee?
because there's no
Is
such
Bobby
thing as
Lee gay? I don't think so.
He's a little bit of
No.
a femboy though. He's a bit
He
of
can be a little effeminate.
Yeah, he's a femboy. So that's kind of gay, dude. Come on, as a man, that's a little gay when you allow your wife to fuck other men while you're hanging out. Dude, you're a bitch and you're a femboy at that point. Come on now. As a man, come on, Josh.
He's just a femboy. That doesn't necessarily
He's
mean
a
gay.
femboy. He's not gay, you're right, but he's a femboy enough to like at least like, oh, you know what? I like other men fucking my wife. That's gay, dude. Not gay,
That's-
but
Do you think-
femboy.
do you
It's
think
That's
he's
just a
good
weird
looking?
kink.
what?
You think he's
That's
good
just a
looking?
weird kink. Because I don't know too many guys who want to see.
Yeah, I don't
else
either.
fuck their
Would you
wife.
want your wife to be fucked by other men you watch and like smile at it? No, come on, dude.
That's
Then be
just a
reported on?
weird. That's just a weird kink, and it's called "You don't have the balls to have a threesome."
Damn straight. Chow, go ahead. Sorry, sir.
No, I thought you guys. I was just gonna ask if he thought Billy or Bobby Lee is he's a hot guy.
Oh, I know who. Oh God,
Michelle.
I know who. Someone, no, not Michelle. Who is
Margaret Chow.
Michelle Chow.
No, who's God? What's her name?
Who?
Is it a
She-
gay guy?
She no
Is it a gay guy?
lesbian. She's lesbian.
Come on, what?
She's
Margaret
a-
Cho.
Margaret Cho.
Female-
That's what I said.
She's
Yeah.
female and she's a lesbian.
Yeah, but we're talking about gay guys. Is there any gay Asians?
She's a gay Asian dude. She's a lesbian.
No,
Gay
men.
guys, man.
Hey, man,
Usually men blow up more.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's true.
Have you ever even seen one in New York that's not a comic?
What?
Have you ever seen an Asian guy who's gay in New York?
No.
Never.
Well, I've seen them, but not as a comic. No. I've never.
I'm
seen
just
a
not
gay
just
male
as a
in a
regular
comic.
person. I'm trying to say there's no such thing as gay Asian people.
There are.
There
Margaret
are?
Cho.
There are the comedians on the strip, you know, flashing their ass, counting their chopsticks.
There's strip.
Take me to ginger.
There are gay Asians, just no gay male Asian comedians that I know of.
Damn.
Who was the Asian that Tony Hinchcliffe like outed Loki when he said like ching 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 chong? I forgot who it was.
Dang, dang.
I don't really follow
You-
Tony Hinchcliffe. How do you like that?
Why? He's a
Yeah.
Jew.
He's just he's
He's
obnoxious. There's a difference.
I love it. He's obnoxious
There's a
because of his
difference.
gay voice.
No, because he's just a dick.
Yeah, he is a dick. I remember
He's a
that.
dick.
Huh.
He's annoying. You like Red Bar?
Mm,
You know who Red Bar is though. He's a
He
Jew.
does.
Yeah, you do. I know you do.
don't
You
like
shake your
him.
head because you know you don't want to get involved in that shit. Yes, he
You
does.
like-
Cow, he does.
He
nope.
knows
likes
he-
him.
He goes, then he knows, dude. It's look at him
All right.
smile.
Who's your top 3 favorite streamers right now?
Nobody. I don't do that shit.
You don't watch anything on YouTube?
Nope.
Terry Nee, fuck that shit, bro.
George
George
Takei.
Takei. Yeah, he was like,
hey, I love George Takei.
No,
but
here's
sorry,
a take
I don't-
on you, Josh. Here's a take on you. I want to see how woke you are. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. Okay.
Mhm.
George Takei's character in what was
Star
it called?
Trek?
Space Invaders. What was that
Star
show
Trek.
called? Star Trek. That's it. So Star Trek. George Takei's character isn't gay, And then they decided to make his character gay in the newer, you know. What's your take on that? Like, is there a reason why they made his character gay, even though he was straight in the original series, or is it because the actor was gay?
They couldn't really, if they were going to talk about him being gay in the original series, they probably couldn't have made the original series.
I mean, didn't
They
what's
couldn't.
didn't what's his face call him the fag all the time? What was his name? The old
William
white
Shatner?
guy. Yeah, William Shatner called him the fag
hated
all the
everybody
time.
on that. From what I've been told, Shatner didn't get along with anybody.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
If
He
you
didn't
if
get
you were
along
him,
with anybody.
what's the point?
He didn't get along with anybody. He was apparently a complete ass to everybody.
Damn.
I'm sorry. Yeah. But what were we talking about for the Star Trek nerd?
The gay
thing we
Asian
did?
guy.
The gay Asian guy. Yeah, George Takei. Yeah, that's a throwaway.
Yeah.
I don't know.
wouldn't even fuck
I don't
with that
know.
guy.
I don't know any Asian comics that are gay besides Ping Ping, who was disrespected. Ping Pong. Who was
What the fuck?
He's this Asian. This guy's Asian as shit, bro.
Ping Pong.
He's like legit Asian. Like
no, he's hardcore. Like Kevin Brennan had him on. Him and Kevin Brennan were actually tough friends for a little bit. I remember that.
He looks like Chinese. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, have you ever considered coming on like Kevin Brennan's show or like Chad or Ray DeVito show or any of these guys? Why?
I'd rather just work on my stuff.
They're NYC comics. I mean, they
Doesn't
can
matter.
give you a boost. They could give you a boost.
Nah, I'm not looking to necessarily get a boost from a bunch of loud, crazy comics. I figure I do my own shit my way.
But you'll go on Tom Meyer's show and say liberal stuff. I don't get that.
Because I am a fucking liberal. And
I know you're. But I know you're liberal, but isn't it sometimes fun as a liberal to go on to shows where there's more like, and you're an older comic, so I know you kind of like have delved into like the faggotry of like, hey, let's not be so PC to the point where people are crying.
No, it's
no. Hang on, Josh, hang on, Josh. Oh, go, Josh, hang on. Go ahead.
It's called. I just do my shit my way.
Josh, hang on, sir. I know you do your thing. Hey, Josh, come on, man. Hang on. This is our show, not yours. Hang on, before you speak over us, let me just say one thing, and then you can talk, okay, sir? And I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm a young gent. Okay, I'm only like 26 years old. I'm very young. So like, Brennan talks over his guests. Look at Tom Myers. Oh, hey, Tom. I thought you were sick or something. You couldn't come on the show today. Tom threw you to us, you know. Like,
I know.
Sacrificial lamb.
I'm gonna have some fun with that later.
all I'm saying is, like, Josh, hear me out, okay? You are an old school guy. You listen to Howard Stern back in the day, Opie and Anthony, because I know you're a New Yorker, you're a Jew, because I know, and you're not like a Jew like that. Like you lived in an area of Judaism where you're like, you know what? I'm just not gonna support the Hanukkah and all these other things every day of my life. I'm gonna like reach out at certain points of time, like want to like delve into the other people of the world. So you decided to like delve out into your own vibe. You hear these like offensive things, but at the same time you're like, you know what, they're actually funny and I enjoy them, and they
can be funny.
Shh. Hang on, buddy. You delve into these like anti-Semitic themes that are somewhat funny and they're actually comedic and you enjoy them.
It's less I enjoy them and more like it can be funny to a point.
Yes, of course. There's always a point. Yes, but you never reached that point to the point you were like, you know, we need to hang this person, we need to cancel them. You never did that. I know you didn't as a younger person. I know you didn't. You were very like, you know what? Let's roll with it. Only when you got older, I think you got more cancellation. Like, hey, let's cancel these people. I don't think you were like that when you were younger.
I never really messed with cancel culture.
Good. Okay. Perfect. You sell my point. So I respect you for that. So you're watching all these things in the 90s and the early 2000s, and then like my thing is just like, fuck, what's going on? What were we talking about? I forgot.
Talking about his journey of like gayness and
I mean, gayness is great.
Cancellation.
Cancellation. Yeah. So it's like you're a Jew, and I get it. Like you want to like still like maybe get that certain like subculture of people who will like support you. But at the same time, you're in a new generation where it's just like, hey, and you've lived it before and it's coming back again. Fuck what people say. Fuck what the Nazis say. Fuck what these leftists say who are pro-Palestine, because they have a lot of that in the party. I know you do know that too. There's a lot of anti-Semitism in your party.
There's anti-Semitism everywhere.
It's very bad. It's very bad.
But somebody once said to me, the anti-Semitism on the left is bad.
It's bad.
Stuff
It's
on
worse
the
than the
right.
right, dude. It's worse than the right.
Stuff-
It's really bad. It's
No,
really bad.
The right's
Dude,
worse.
it's worse. No, it's worse.
The
They're
right's
tricking
way
you. They're
worse.
tricking you. They're tricking you, dude.
Nope.
The Groypers
You're
love
tricking
you.
Yourself.
The Groypers
You're
love you.
tricking yourself. and
Nick
you're
Fuentes is a Mexican. He loves you guys.
Yeah, Nick Fuentes loves you like fucking herpes.
He's
Guy's
a white
piece
man like you are.
The
So
guy's
let's
a piece
continue.
of shit and should go to hell.
He's a young kid. Don't wish that on him. Come on, dude. You're older.
He's a piece of
That's
shit
cool.
and should go to fucking hell.
He's a young kid. He's misguided. So anyway,
No, he's a piece of shit.
okay. Anyway,
shit.
all I'm saying is this: you're used to these like crazy derogatory diatribes about races, cultures, and people, and I'm sure you joked on them.
No.
As a, come
No.
on, man, in New York.
No.
There's a lot of racist.
Dude,
people in
come
New York.
on,
Oh,
bro.
there's
Don't
racists
fuck
in
with
New
me, dude.
York.
Don't be a PC
Hold it.
fag.
There's racist in New York, but I don't.
I'm not
I was
saying
never
now, bro. I'm
raised
saying
in-
when you were younger, you kind of like you not dwelled in it, but you were around it. I know you were. I've listened to tons of stories from famous comics more than you who like lived in that area and did that shit. You were Dangerfield Comedy Club. There was tons of that shit going on. I know there was during that time period when you were in it. I know there was. And you were lots of people.
By the time I was starting comedy, you really couldn't be that level racist.
When did you start? What was it? 2000? Like what? 5?
No, 2017.
17.
Yeah, so he's newer in the game.
Okay, but I'm talking about you were a young kid. You knew Howard Stern, right? You told me you knew Starting John. That was like
We
2000s,
listened, but didn't know.
90s. You knew Anthony Nopi, right? In the New York, you were what? A young
Wasn't
kid.
that
We
into
knew
it.
of it. We didn't know them personally.
I know you
Yeah.
didn't know him personally, but you were listening, right?
A little bit.
Okay, so you were listening a little bit.
The thing that got Opie and Anthony famous was the incident where they got some
The
couple-
mayor.
No, where they got some couple to fuck in the vestibule at St. Patrick's Cathedral
I remember. That.
on the air. That's how they got famous.
And
Okay.
if that happened now, you'd have to do it 2 guys to get that same buzz.
Exactly. All I'm saying is like, do you feel some type of way when you see comedy now being, or just like in general, just like there's a lot of restrictions now to being funny. There's a lot of restrictions.
There's
to
no
being, like
restrictions. There's no restrictions.
in New York.
You
there's
just
not?
have to be a good writer. You just have to be a good writer.
Okay. You just
Okay.
have to be a good writer, and that's it.
You just have to be a good writer.
Do you
That's
actually
it.
write stuff down?
Yeah, I know it's a shock. To
Well,
you
some
guys
people
out
do
there
it on
in the
their
boonies.
phone.
Josh,
We
come
actually
on, don't
spit
play a
back.
victim, dude. We fuck with you. Don't act like a sad
Yeah.
kid. We fuck with you.
No.
dude.
No.
You know
Some
you write
people
your shit
record
down.
voice memos. Some
Look
people
at you're
record.
mad. Why are
Physically
you
right.
mad? Come on, bro.
I physically write my stuff every day.
Good.
That's good. That's better for you, supposedly, if you're using your like hand for the retention of it. Like if you're actually writing it out versus typing it, it's better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Josh, why did this interview go sideways? What's going on? You seem
I'm
a
just
little
having a little fun with it.
complex.
Yeah,
you
he's
seem
just-
a little
he's-
angry.
He's
I'm
a
not
pro,
angry.
bro.
I'm just burned out and tired from a fucking long week.
I knew it. You're burned out. I'm burned out. I just work 12 hours a day. All right. If anyone should be burned out, I should be burned out. But I'm here. Okay,
Yeah.
bitch. I'm kidding.
I mean, I think we got a lot of stuff covered.
Yeah.
Considering I didn't come in with a lot of questions, but it was an honor meeting you, Josh.
It was great
Joshua.
meeting you guys. It was
No,
great.
no, you're awesome.
was
Josh.
great.
We loved you. Real quick though, you and Tom Myers, you guys are starting a show, correct?
Mhm.
What started that? Like, what grew upon?
We were
that?
just talking about a bunch of stuff. A couple of other friends wanted to get involved. We were like, why not? Let's do it.
You guys don't want to do like a comedy podcast. You guys want to do like a strict. Is it political?
It's going to be political. It's going to be comedy. It's going to be satire. It's going to be, making fun of a lot of stuff on the news, making fun of the news.
Right. Are you guys gonna have any like right wingers on it all or no?
Right now, we're just trying to figure out the format, figure out ideas. We're just getting this. We just really only got this going a couple.
Why
of
not?
weeks, not even a couple of weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago.
Why not focus on carving out a niche for the manosphere for gay dudes?
Yeah, man, you're a fag. Come on, bro.
Half a fag, get it right.
Half a fag. My bad.
Half, get it right.
Because there's not really anything like that, you know. You could carve out a niche of like we're comics. You know, Tom's not gay, but you're only half.
Tom
but-
Myers not a fag. I know he's not. I've been with him. He's not a fag.
Tom and I love messing with each other all the time.
Really? Personally?
Oh, yeah. No.
He goes, wait a minute. Hang on a second
Nope.
here.
No, look, I don't think anyone would want to, with me,
Tom.
to be brutally honest. It's one time you take your shirt off and someone goes, nice sweater.
Dude, I had that happen to me today, actually. I was going through McDonald's drive-thru and like I was wearing my sweater, you know, I'm smoking my vape, I'm looking chill. And then like the retard on the other account. And I'm not kidding, he's retarded. He's like, he looked at me and said, oh no, nice sweater. And I was like, thank you. He's like, uh-huh. And I was like, dude, I think that might be something I should use for my next set.
No,
Yeah. Wow.
no, we're talking like if you saw me without my shirt on,
Dude, show me now. I'll show you my
Do
tits. You
it.
show me your tits. Come on.
have you ever you remember what Chewbacca looked like, right?
I will. No, for real.
Kinda.
Josh, if you show me your tits, I've never shown my tits on this show before. Chow has, but I have not. I will show my tits. if
That
you
is-
will show
that
your
is-
tits.
That is just you
What's
guys.
wrong, baby? What's wrong?
Please.
Come on.
Please.
I'm begging, baby.
No, you guys don't need that level of mental trauma.
I flirted with Annie Dick to the point where Annie Dick literally passed out. So let's go. You're gonna handle what I was gonna do. No. Hey, hang on, Josh. Before you leave, I want to ask you a quick question, man, because you are bisexual, and I know you. I know I turn you on, but maybe Chow might have a little secret. You know, if you were in a bar and you saw Lil Mir, and Dr. Chow hanging out drinking a couple of Hefeweizens. You come in with your stanchy beard, you know, reeking of last punani from the other night. You know, you just did your
Punjabi.
set. And you're like, you know what? I really need a drink. And you come up to the bar and you see Chow and I hand in hand drinking a couple of Hefeweizens. How would you separate us to the point where you could like lay your domain on the other individual? And then how would you like, you know, make your move? I really want to know. How would
Good
you make your
question.
move on me?
That's a good question. Even I don't know.
Like, no, for real, if you saw me at a bar, what would you do?
If I was gonna hit on somebody in a bar,
Yeah, if you're a man hitting on a man, because
Someone
that's a little
like you in a
difficult to
bar.
do because you got to read the room. But word for the wise, I'm gay. So look, how would you hit on me?
no, what I would do, honestly,
How would you know I'm gay?
I was-
so how would you hit on me?
if I was drunk enough,
Yeah, I want you
probably just
hammered.
go and make the move and just
You grab me and smoke me with that handlebar.
nobody
You let it scream on me.
nobody does that.
Would
What
you
would you
hug
do?
him or kiss him?
Would you kiss me or would you hold me?
I'd introduce myself and try to get to know you. It's called appetizer.
Would you say you're a comedian?
It's called appetizer before you get to the kinky shit.
Okay, let's get kinky.
Okay.
What's kinky to you as a man with a man? What's kinky?
Anything involving this.
What's the hang on, I got a question for you. What's the most kinky shit you've ever done in the bedroom? Come on.
Ass eating?
What?
Ass eating.
Eating butt.
Eating butt? That's kinky to you? You're a puss. Come on, bro. What's kinky? What's the weirdest shit you've ever done?
Ass eating, and then you got to watch this afterwards.
He had. That's why it's kind of whitish on the side. He had to bleach his
I
whole
see.
mustache.
It's called handlebar bukkake.
Handlebar bukkake. I love that. Do you watch anime at all?
A little bit.
What's your favorite anime?
Probably it was either Urotsuki Doji, because it's really old school Japanese shit.
Yeah, that stuff. Yeah.
Space Battleship Yamato. It was always just weird because I always just thought that was weird because you're just like, it's a battleship. It's
You like
an
Naruto?
old, little bit.
You like Shippuden, or do you like the original with him?
The original. The
When
original.
he's a kid, you like that?
And oh god, Cowboy Bebop's my favorite.
You're like Kakashi, and I'm like Naruto. We have our differences, but at the same time, we'll end up together. So my thing is this. I know I might be racist. I know I might hate the Jews, but at the end of the day,
We hate ourselves too, but
no,
that's
you don't. Come on, you're a Jew lover through and through. I see it every day.
we make fun of ourselves too.
Do you make fun of yourself?
Oh sure.
By what? What's funny about you?
You don't want to go swimming with me
Why?
because I will get chased by wildlife.
What? I don't get that joke.
It happened in Miami a few years back. I was swimming.
Let's hear the story. Go ahead.
And I got chased by
another story.
I got chased by a manatee.
Oh shit.
I got chased by a freaking manatee.
That's hard, bro.
And I was like, okay, I guess between the facial hair and the blubber, it thinks I'm a long lost relative. I hope it's not trying to think I'm the next hot date.
That's like,
but I
like
will,
animals.
That is legendary. That's like Steve Irwin type shit.
Freaking crazy. I was swimming and I was just like, ugh. They were warning me, don't jump off the dock into the bay. There's manatees. I'm like, yeah. And I go, yeah, they're big, hairy sea cows. Nothing's going to happen. 2 seconds later, I'm being chased.
They can drown you, right?
Oh, the thing could fucking knock you out. Yeah, they're big.
Oh,
Joshua, I got a question for you,
Big.
bro. What is the most like racist that you ever had on stage? And be honest.
What do you, in terms of what?
Did you ever make fun of like a culture to the point where it's like a little overboard, but people you're like, let's roll with it? I know you have. Comedians always do it at least once.
I did it in the,
yeah, I know you did. Come on, tell me.
Did it in the context of my best friend.
Let me hear it. Go ahead.
I'm Jewish and my best friend's Muslim. People wonder how it works. We're both loud and erotic. Both use as a verb. So what's the difference? Easy. One guy's got a thing for Jewish women. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with him. And someone said to me, aren't you worried he's going to do something to you? I'm like, no. One, he's a schmuck. He's on his third arranged marriage. Two, if you gave him a suicide vest, he'd have to call tech support to figure out how to work it.
Hey.
That's hard, bro. That's hard.
I love it. So you're not afraid to be controversial.
That's not that controversial. I've heard guys do a lot worse.
Yeah.
I'm
sure.
That's tame. I've
do you think
a lot worse?
Do you think that that manatee had like a sixth sense and could sense your gayness?
I think it just thought I was a giant hairball. Didn't know what the hell to make of me.
Have you ever fucked a man in the ass before?
No, for real.
I want to know that, Josh. I want to know that. Have you actually like never sucked off it? Have you ever like actually like did the deed?
Yes.
Really?
Of course he has.
Yes.
Yeah. He's not.
How was that? How was that for real? I want to know because I'm experimenting.
Just sex.
I've been experimenting with a lot of people.
It was a little messy, but no more messy than fucking cooch and it.
Did he come?
Going messy.
Did he come?
What would you rather have?
Messy.
A hot looking guy or an ugly looking chick?
Yes. Yeah. Man.
It's about 50-50. They're all the same.
No, come on, dude.
Because after a while, sex is just sex, and it's boring.
Do you
like a hot baddie would be way better than like just a
hot
dude,
pussy?
Right?
She's dripping wet. You see the white cum dripping from her pussy, or would you rather prefer a wet cum dick dripping, cum from his cock?
It's all the same to me. It's just jizz.
Whoa.
All right.
That's
dude,
a
well,
philosopher,
now,
bro.
now,
He's a
now, if you have a
philosopher.
now if you have a tranny who's a female but also a dude with a dick, do you prefer that?
Again, it's
Have you fucked a tranny before?
that I've never done.
Do you want to?
should.
Kenneth Poe could hook you up.
Pogue's in NYC too, bro.
Yes, he is. Kenneth Pogue, one of our
I know
hosts.
of Ken Pogue. I know
who Kenneth Pogue is?
I know of him.
Oh
He's
my
a
god,
G.
dude! He knows who he is. What? Holy shit! You know who Kenneth Pogue is? How?
I've heard the name. I've heard the stories.
He's always
could
banging
care less.
trans.
I've heard the story.
Whatever.
Dude, you know he was raped multiple times as a child.
Yeah,
Like
I heard
3 years old. How do you know that? He thinks
Everyone knows
what?
that,
How do you?
bro.
That's what I've heard.
I didn't know that when I first interviewed him. He seemed normal. He just had a chink wife, and I was like, all right. Look at Josh, he all triggered. I love it.
It's not triggered, just like really.
Dude, come on,
Guys in
man.
the middle,
It's
some
comedy.
thing.
Chow laughed. Come on, I got a laugh out of it. What do you want
No,
from
I was
me?
laughing at Josh's face.
I know. That's why I did it. I got a laugh out of it. Look at the comment. Look at the comments. Lol. Murr's hilarious. See, like it's funny, Josh. Come on, chill out, bro. I'm not saying Nazi propaganda. Okay, I'm not a Nazi. Calm down. Baby, if you want to leave him, I can't with you. All I'm saying is Kenneth Pogue is a misunderstood individual. He was raped multiple times as a child, and he spewed it onto the masses, and people know now. And I'm surprised you kind of like know about that,
He looks up to
In
Ken.
stories, I've heard that story. I've heard those stories.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about Ken?
Yeah.
Nothing really. I got nothing personal against him. In the sense, I'm just like whatever.
I think
He's
he's
trans
like,
and he does his thing.
what about his hair? You fuck with that shit, bro?
No.
Nah. Pogue's a G, bro.
No. Have you ever talked to Pogue? Honestly,
No.
have you talked to him?
No.
We've talked to him twice? You talked to him more times, right, Chow? But we had him on a few times, and honestly,
The only two guys that you guys have had on that I know personally, Tom Myers and Todd Montesi. That's it.
Those guys are good guys.
No, they are great men. Yeah. Tom Myers and I went back and forth a few times about transgenderism and how Tom transitioned into a male. It was.
I always thought Tom was a cat.
I mean, you can check by his Instagram posts. It seems like he is, but Tom, I'm just joking. Calm down.
Just a joke.
R.I.P. to your cat. I'm sorry, sir. Oh shit! I think I just opened up a can of worms. But
Yeah, he's gonna kill you.
I know he is. I'm just joking, bro. It's just a joke.
He's
Like
gonna
Ray
kill-
DeVito says, it's just a joke.
Just picking up pens.
Just picking up pens, bro. I'm just writing as I go. But anyway, Josh, we're hitting like 3 fucking hours here, man. You're brilliant, dude. It's been a long. It's been
easy to talk to, man. You're the man.
No, you're awesome. No, it's crazy because like Tom hit me up. He's like, "Hey, I got this guy named Josh." I was like, "Yeah, what about him?" He's like, "Hey, I have him on my show, and he's a handful. So if you think I'm a handful, he's crazy." I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'll have him on." I'm a white supremacist, Nick Fuentes, Kuiper vibe. So I was like, "Okay, let's have him on." So I hate the Jews. I love Nazis.
Clearly hate everybody.
Dude, I'm kidding. Jesus Christ. Chow's a Ukrainian lover already. But anyway, so all I'm saying is this though, Josh. You've literally been probably, honestly, I'm not gonna kid on you, man. You've probably been one of the best not random, but one of the best unknown guests that we've had that's a comic on our show. Because usually when we have comics on there that don't know the show, they get very offended. They say we're Nazis. They say we're supremacists. They say we're faggots. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
And they hate us.
You guys are completely offensive. There's no doubt of that. But
what?
It's always good. It's always good for material.
Are you going to use this?
There's always an element of something.
Of course.
You can always learn something from someone.
Maybe we're learning them along the way. It's been a while since we've gone live and did a show. It's been like 5 months. We're learning.
5 months? Yeesh.
Yeah, I know, dude.
Yeah.
Times are tough. With Trump administration and Elon Musk, gutting the federal government. You know how it goes. But anyway, All I want to say is thank you, sir, for coming on and like showcasing our story. Because I saw you on some other interviews and you were shit on those. So I just want to say you actually did great on this one. I was kind of afraid you were gonna be garbage, but you were awesome.
I'm
not kidding. You were garbage on the last interviews I've seen of you, but you were actually good this time.
Me with Tom.
No, you in those interviews with Tom those aren't interviews. This is just you saying your your opinions. I'm seeing like interviews with you, like them talking about you. They were shit. I'm not kidding. Like I'm being honest, they were shit. And this is actually great for you to use as material so you can get promoted on other shows. Like, hey, look at how funny I am. So
yeah, it went well. I didn't check out anything. So
yeah, he doesn't even know. So all I'm saying is, Todd, what's your name? Oh, sorry, Josh. Shit. I forgot your name, Josh.
How high are you right now?
I'm just having fun with you, bro. All I'm saying is, dude, you're awesome. I love you. I respect you. No matter if we disagree on any things, I will always respect you as a human being. No matter what the Nazis say, I always will be there for you. So live large, live huge, and always remember this: no dick is not worth sucking unless you're paying for it. So go with that as you will, and I hope,
as we say in the business, I'll leave you with this.
What, sir?
Isn't any hookup something you prepaid for anyway?
That is true. Yeah. Shalom.
See ya.
Thank you.
All right, how do I?
This guy.
It's
oy vey, man. Oy vey. Josh, you're awesome. Hey, Josh, hang on real quick. Hey, Josh, real quick before you leave, what do you have to say to Tom, real quick? Recommending you on this show. What do you have to say to Tom, real quick? Come on, real quick. What do you say to Tom?
Damn, dude. I thought I was crazy.
Hey, there you go, buddy. All right, you be safe. All right, big dog.
See ya.
See you, buddy. All right, hey, ciao. So let's talk about we got Chad Monday, right?
Do we?
Yeah, we got Chad. I talked to Chad, actually. We're paying him to come on the show because you know how he is. We got we got to get him on the show. He told me I think 8:30 Eastern time, so around 9:30 o'clock, we're gonna have Chad on so we can talk about what's going on in the Dabbleverse with Kill Brennan, right? You know more than I do, so what's going on with that? Like, what happened? Do they have that show or not?
No, DeVito got it canceled, bro.
DeVito did, for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fucked up, bro. Like, Chad threw his heart and soul into this thing, bro.
Yeah.
He spent every minute of every day working towards getting this event to be the shit, bro. Him and John from Win by Two. And then Ray found out about it and was going around and telling everyone about it and talking about it 24/7. And just I don't know how to describe it, bro, but if you're going to a concert, you got your crew like Lollapalooza or something,
right?
And then someone else is going, and they just make it cringe by talking about it before the event started and just dragging everyone down by describing the event all the time. Basically ruin the event by talking about it.
Right. Okay. So, because I kind of saw Win by Two talking about it too, and he was bitching like a pussy, low key. Like he's like, to steel toe and all this and that. I'm like, dude, shut up, dude. Like, if the show's getting threatened by guns, I don't know what to tell you, dude. It's gonna get canceled either way. I've worked in show business too, when you got to make sure everyone's safe. There's not a threat of violence at the show, or else venue people are not going to want to rent their venue out to you or other shit. I don't know. It kind of pissed me off. Win by Two was doing that garbage, and it's just I know he's a failed musician, so it kind of sucks for him to watch this. He's trying to riff whatever he's doing, but I don't know. It kind of I don't know. We'll see what Chad says about on it. Either way,
I think Win by Two worked hard. I think Chad worked hard.
No, he did.
I think Ray just completely fucked everyone over on it. So
no,
man. Thoughts and prayers go out to all the people in AC.
It is thoughts and prayers. Like Win by Two said, people probably bought plane tickets, changed their vibe and whatnot. And I hit up Ray, and he was saying, hey, talk to Chad about it. He's the one who knows everything. So, you know, we're going to talk to Chad Monday and we'll see what's going on with it.
Maybe we get DeVito on too Monday. Convince his ass to get on here.
If he's not a pussy. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
But Chow, thank you for coming on, buddy. And
Vice brother.
Yep.
Yeah, and I know I had teased on DeVito that we were gonna have Manosphere 2.0 tonight, but I just thought the vibe wasn't right tonight to have on Mr. Kill Everything or Mersh or Ski Mask because AC got canceled and there's a lot of people out there suffering. So even though this weekend was supposed to be a fun weekend of excitement and celebration for AC,
yeah.
I just feel like it's not that vibe anymore, bro.
No, it's not. It's dead.
Yeah. So
all right, buddy.
but
I'll
we gotta
see you
keep
Monday.
doing this more. I'll see you Monday, bro.
All right, buddy. All right, peace.